must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. Example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, and never forget your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. Example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, and never forget your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. Example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, And let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. and I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, and never forget your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survivor, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. Example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survivor, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. Example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters,
in fact, one coordinator of one of the aspirants' campaign recently introduced a new argument. They said that delegates should not vote for me because my wife is not a true Ghanaian. Wow. I mean, I've never heard this argument before. I mean, and suddenly it is being introduced in our party. We are a very diverse party, covering all religions and all tribes. And it is important that we have unity. If you want to contest with me, come with your vision, come with your vision, come with your ideas, come with your integrity, come with your track record. And that is what we are going to run this campaign on ideas and not on where you come from. When I was defending the party in the Supreme Court in 2013, They did not say I'm a Maprusima or a Muslim or a Northerner. When I was giving lectures and campaigning for the party to come into office in 2016, they did not say I was a Maprusima, a Northerner or a Muslim. When my campaign in the North made the difference in our winning the 2020 election, they did not say I'm a Maprusima, a Northerner or a Muslim. When Samira was campaigning the length and breadth of Ghana for this party, they did not say she was not a true Ghanaian. So what has changed now? Let us be clear that these views do not represent the views of the rank and file of the MPP. They don't. They don't represent the views. The MPP will always triumph over tribal and religious bigots. What we need is unity to go forward and win 2028. Without unity, we cannot win. Let us remember how the divisions cost us the election in 1979. We cannot let that happen again. I have absolute confidence, ladies and gentlemen, that if we work hard, stay united, we will win 2028. But we need to put our house in order. And I believe we are going to put our house in order.
But we need, the first thing a man put together is power. Two, which is selecting our presidential candidate. We need to select one, even if we are going to select it from the north, one that can win us power. And I have said it, that if a Muslim candidate now you or a Dagumbani, Dagatini, or a Bimoba, any other tribe, or will be a young problem, then you make not have a chapa and coming out with it. Kwabena is a fine candidate. He's only a victim of circumstance. He's only a victim of circumstance. And then there are who feedback. Kusasi for any man who for all problem. President Kufuano, we need MPP vote Kusasi. We need MPP vote Roma. President Kufuor winning MPP vote the Wokusasi and winning MPP vote the Roma.
After the 27th day of August 2025, the year of our Lord, Bedin Nano to the Akenfas of the PC, and the commander himself, Kwabena, Bobie, Ansah, the birthday no Lodi, Nyakupa Yadoma, Wachina, yet Nasi, na yedi, Kwabena, Bobie, Ansah, Awoda Pano Amano. And for those of you who are not aware, tomorrow is Commander's birthday. The lone standing soldier, Commander Boham. Fantastic man. Those of you who have joined us on Facebook, Mubeti Miaba na share some solidarity messages with Kwabena Bobie Ansah. Those who want to wish him a birthday ahead of time, I mean, you can wish him a birthday ahead of time, certainly. In fact, even birthday crowd, belated Krampa ya wish it non-campus in advance. So you can join us on Accra100.5 FM. Ojoinea na unso wa wish Kwabena Bobie Ansah. Mano awodapa. All along you have been with Kwabena Bobie Ansah. It is ochina na awodapa. I mean, say wato dita na ubetro kakra. Say happy birthday, Commander, and a happy birthday, Bobie. Respectfully and say hey. Inti afida utimia. I'm waiting for your message. Now I'm ready. Ansah Thompson su birthday. Ayene, right? Yes, I'm told Ansah Thompson su dini birthday. So just Bobie ochina. Inti Ansah Thompson, happy birthday. Going out to you, Deputy Director General, Security Exchange Commission. Very well. Latin Eli is here on Facebook. Dela Hamon, thanks for joining. Destiny Tema. I see you, Ibrahim Musa. Ava Uguso Ansah Remia Lukwa, thanks for joining us. Michael Ajano, Nkobodi Intimini, Yan link here, bro. Yan link here, Bibi Abe fine. Bibi, I've seen you, Moro. I see you, Al Hassan, Yala, Igram, Dola Fiao, Kobi Seriam, Piaga is also here. Kobi Sam is here. A lot of them joining. Natika Osumano, Nana Kofi Ahen, Kingsley, I see you. Very well. Fabrice Atugbe, Richard Okain. And so I join here. Me patro join the feed on Facebook. Oba, baby, I will tell me friend, my main na also Joe Samba. But across all the, if like, spectrum in terms of, baby, be able to free, so team poor, when you say, maybe in the office, and I also will fear with me. Better still. Drew Sabre and not filling stations a whole door. You know, there are so many. Timmy moving Jebi, no me beam kuha. Of course, I had in Yansa Jasu, Unti Habiti, Yansa better than you. I know to that come, Martina Kunya Brunson Besanem, Naya She Amagana, and Koso Ejina Brane. Ya you a man Gana Fradon to them, the Sia Mamma Pomi and Yabwa. I'm a man is what the Huni Bimana Tapino, a Timmy Afa and Toma Pa Efra. Enti Elaya Bay. Benjamin Malo, also you welcome Nana Dexin Dagadu. I see you. Prince Kuju Ufusuar. Yeah, I find a new guest in Agaseba. Abdul Salmed, Charlie. The soldiers are now coming. So, like I told you, Ochina Aya Commander Buham, Kwabena Bobie Ansah, ni birthday. Unim na friend, no wishing in advance. Ochina, no wishing no. Ochina chi, no wishing belated. You did it 3 days. What do you say? Obianti me you be here, Kuruma. Chrono. Wallahi talai. Mr. Enyo kwa wia na edi birthday tumo bia suma bibia nkosi ni so da bi Kwabena Bobie Ansah na edi birthday on 24th no ana odi ne de okwa wia de ne 24th. And interestingly uni Kwabena Bobie edi agorache, I think from the 90s and usha Kwabena ha 97 Jan usha Kwabena 97. Wow. Wow. Oh, okay, Oku Shia Kwabena Bobie Ansah 97. Anna will buy 20th August. Anna Bobie Ansah will buy 20th August. Anna will do birthday August. Anna Bobie will do birthday August. My friend, my man, Papa, no make with him. Party is here. Ernest Kwame Kwachi, thank you, producer extraordinaire Emmanuel. We are flying on Facebook now, and then we made him come hotel. And my focus, ladies and gentlemen, may call the Galamsey issues. Hope Anameko or Hima Rhino, you're here. Thanks for joining. Very well. Inusa Muhammad, I say happy birthday to Bobie. Like that. Let it flow. My Bobie who say or what dofwa etie on Facebook especially. What's it? Dr. Kwabena Bobie Ansah, GTech and Tiasia, your more case. Dr. Nanotu Dakunia, Matakuna Brusu, the train summons from GTech. Modia Tata, Hona Makwa, Nukra Tata, no day. Mama, no mining could him. But tea, and then my focus area. I am saying, Ghana mine, a toda a ya. Se unipa dasani, ayana jini aboni tirimu pose. Papa nipa bi yen omuno. Na nkampese mpenyimfo mpo se. So wotan okodurua, sanke yi na America. Se honorable ama Kofi Boa. Empo ana personally penasem. Yem penasem. Ama penasem mpo a. Anke nyuma bia odi egu akwanso die. Yetimi bohu brabani ye. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that the President John Dramani Mahama was very careful and said that all selected ministers of state. Yeah. Eti bebre na wafa we no wafa we. I understand. Nipa dom ni kusuno. But to that this way nipa kruku suno ma nipa dom te. Eti eba say no a minim se bi nwi. Minim se bi mo hon mo nya appointment. Enti e come ko ni push bi afri hon no ma be take over the position. I know all those additions, subtractions are also in politics. But you see, some people like us, it shall never happen. As long as I remain a journalist, it shall never happen. It shall never happen. And Abraham didn't come away. Pretty surely. Because it looks as if there's a particular group of people, personalities, individuals. We must have too many see the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, particularly the Minister of State in charge of that sector, Ama Kofi Boa. And when somebody can be we say into South Kodrumpa in Tankawu in America. In the past 8 years of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo administration, Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo eye oswafo wo hensa asesem ne efem agudie eso ya hunu ba bi omni galamsey kodue ya hunu senia omututu funtum sase fraye in this country. Were we blind? I'm sorry, but didn't we see? Don't we have eyes? We saw it. And yet we spirally spoke against it. Ya hunu to the extent that a whole interministerial mining on illegality. An interministerial committee on illegal mining. Perhaps I should say so. Charles Bisu, for penning. Not then Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, Rafrin Pom Boating. At the end of the day, you will crack a babonting. Yehun samwa owura frempom boating ekafa na nado danko Akufo-Addo amamu ho as far as the fight of Galamsey is concerned. Didn't we see? And yet we seldomly spoke about it. To the extent that certain names were mentioned in that very report. Basically, me assure someone na munum nsudidi. In any serious country, no, you can do that. That can only happen in a banana republic. Olafrim Pomboating Mayetia say, based on his report, said the then seat of Nana Akufo-Addo, the then presidency, Abankesimho, was the citadel of Galamseyers, was the heart of illegal mining. One of the strongest ministers under Nana Akufo-Addo, Frempong Boating, his own political party that gave him the power. This in there. But of course, I know that we have a certain president in the person of John Dramani Mahama. Justice may be delayed, but justice certainly may never be denied. And certainly, you see, the wheels of justice grind slowly, but it's assurance that it gets to its final destination. Sometimes, yeah, I understand, because your court system and the judges don't feel are inundated with plethora of issues. At a time, because we said that law and you said that need special court, you said that need fast track high court. In the case of Galamsey, for instance, we should have a special court for Galamsey to deal with Galamsey culprits. When it comes to corruption, about road user offenders, you understand? We create a special. It's a memory of contempt. But the point I am making today, without fear or favor, and say, Nana Akufo-Addo, the committee or TT penny or Yan swap for Trokrata and indicted the Akufo-Addo led administration. Say a bakalam say for a Akufo-Addo, the Busia for a Jubilee House, and the two names were mentioned. It is only right, ladies and gentlemen, say a buy son. A buy now, what better than Kunya Bruce Afron? Ebeye at the forefront a sing near Karania, Eneza. Bamia say Eneza. And John Dramani Mahama Tina say who you look, listen, gentlemen. I told that Yanua, your dog, largely John Mahama, you know. I am Mamma Mia and Unisebi and Pempino, Yansa say no. John Dramani Mahama can never be right every time. I agree. Oh, you nipa. It's baby of a from you be yet, but most of the time, because of the experience that John Dramani Mahama gathered, most of the time he could be right. You know why? John Dramani Mahama is the most experienced president in the whole world since the inception of time. You think it is controversial? It is not. I just say Obi Ede, the fact, maybe prove me wrong. Say, Yanya Obi, why MP? I am deputy minister. I am minister of state. I am vice president. Sabita Frache, a Radinfa Urakamus Crency, on the 24th of July, 2012. Wakon and Krechi, baby president Kakraba 4-5 months. When we are yes, I got to Neswaba in 2012. My assembly presidency. When we are in 2016, some contest will lose equal to as former president was sent back in 2020. Then in 2024, yes, I got to Aba was winning a comeback president, and interestingly, will be a lose close to 1 million votes in 2016. Atimia back are winning with the highest of margins. Not even Kwame Nkrumah could garner that vote. Ladies and gentlemen, I dare say, as a professional journalist, said there is no president in the history of the world who can be compared to the experience of John Dramani Mahama. America for Pomunion President Nimra. Is it George Washington? Is it J.F. Kennedy? Is it Roosevelt? No, they should mention. Even Abraham Lincoln, he signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 in America, can never be compared to John Dramani Mahama. Me say if you have the fact, John Mahama face to face. Mungamu. So when I see, with all due respect, small boys from upper president, say John Mahama. Look, I don't need to be an NDC or MPP to know, say, John Dramani Mahama is experienced. And when me come at John Dramani Mahama, it is a fact. The point I'm making, ladies and gentlemen, is to focus on Galamsey. Now, me come where what you say, with all this experience, are you sure? So, send your Galamsey, Ghana for the name Swama by that position. Say, Basso, you are swap for Amanaku Galamsey to all many whom you know. Ansah no appointed minister now. That's the question I came to ask. Oh, Facebook ashema ye kana kwenu nyasa nyina dwasoni hey nyonche no kwenu timi tu free Ghana otimi no me gota musu no kwenu de e be kwaso osofo no sitia to me yesho se John Dramani Mahama abetena se wadwene hu mienu mpresa emprenan Ansah no wakase ahede hia me kesepa look Ghana problem as I'm speaking with you, Galamsey. Not even corruption, even though corruption war. Galamsey. Because the point is that so if we are a seeker, it will take a long time. Ansah or man for no. In fact, we hear about trade, we hear one move here kuno, we hear about Punkra Chakra. But Galamsey yes say so. And so no warrant na wow sign. What did Ganena? The cyanide and mercury residue in a woman, a warrant and a wow sign. So if you ask me as a journalist, be being one way here, Ghana banks is here as in the fight against Galamsey. It is a John Dramani Mahama at Tanase amongst this very intelligentsia. Mechire omwa inimite. Omwa akosuku. Omwa ofie nyansa. Omwa enyanimdie. Omo wodo, omo wo pepa, omo wetu ho ache. Wonu a aye krado so obesum Ghana, ama Ghana etumedu no pompon so. When John Dramani Mahama put all these eggs of personalities, na so ochusu obi ama na fight the greatest menace of his country. Are you saying say o nwene hom yinu? Emprenu, imprensa. Nanka wadwen hom pre na yana. So before you attack, Obi to say Honorable Amakofi Buano, let's think twice. And I don't have a problem. Honorable Amakofi Buano, when you're beyond criticisms, Uyinipa, Amakofi Buano, or Fuma, may make a majesty here because you're far Ghana, map and India work and pay. Ghana, you're will, and my minister be but not when the man is working. So, Baswa, what do you come to? But so over saying it in there, that is criminal enough. That is criminal enough. That is criminal enough. I am hearing. Say, Ebim say, afa kura de honorable Amakofi Bua emfa na dwuma nto oh ho so why den adwuma nto wo ye and see this country you know say obi ye dwuma pe na ye ni ese so omo ni sanete especially so the pakono kukita asane prayer he will become an enemy to the system right now because omo regulate that evil system no we always want to control the system. It's way honorable Amakofi Bua agina ni say obaku galamsey no the beneficiaries of galamsey are very powerful people in society no 1% almost say Amakofi Bua ding so when they hang the dog and give it a bad name then it is done. It is one say John Dramani Mahama adebet no Amakofi Bua you as minister of lands and natural resources now no minister besiwo no matimi akoso aya galamsey e ba no nwenne e ba no wo amaso ne amaso china we will make sure that every minister appointed by John Dramani Mahama Adesonya Juma will work hard to the benefit of our country. Get trauma crofobia few miscreant I'm not saying man tie me otu da koda me be fu no mo be hono some politicians now more some when this some when people I'm just being proverbial I'm my say some party opposition some party aba etin some we will face you good for good because John Dramani Mahama say person to galamsey say and you cannot be in his government and want to continue with nonsense galamsey. Now we are minister now why crab say what the John Dramani Mahama and no say to fight galamsey no you want to make him black na makoso to galamsey e ba no nwenne e ba no wo ade say mara yes say professor general that is say movement my press conferences edu otu da ko betena na maka no kure ba ko it will shatter all of you because no kure ho den sentoro. I am one journalist, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a shetu mi anim kano kure kire krachi ye friend John Dramani Mahama a fire ne pempa krachi ye friend John Dramani Mahama ene me bona baso pa and no chile the line of journalism. And you see, me I'm in my journalism career and say, me slow so be back as me NDC because I me kwam to Mahama ma shend this Saturday and this Saturday dey Ansah for party enti wo ha honka for so ko be kan kra chiraze me NDC ti me NDC ni mpo na me kan kra NDC no esesa no kra wa wo say ma April make as ma gre kiti sa ko clitoris some people like adwene fa adwene ye kiti sa ko clitoris A plus na can you they me can A plus can honorable we are welcome to fantastic honorable show to me no aka na kuracha A plus you can hate him or like him as I no kana juniko na me shata wole kura wasa eso timi try so be contest at parliament tell you here to for be kana kura parliament too can you imagine say shata wole a member of parliament I am ya munyina mo stone boy fan see homo munyina ya homo shata wole will come back strong. All the other fans. Anyway, shout out to Stone Boy, fantastic guy. Okay? Maybe. And today I'll be speaking briefly to Naimus, and I'll speak briefly to the Blue Water Garden. In fact, Blue Water Garden Initiative from Podi. They have a simple task. Say along the stretch of Bebia in Suwon. Ombebo so no ban no man make sure say enipa bonfo a wode won chan fine eye galamsey sensu no when to sign enipa bonfo no so sa beyond that they are also supposed to serve as an intel group eti so mu say bia nkrofo no a wo mu face no ye stronger than them because they may not be armed like the opposite side then they call for reinforcement. And I say, what makes my intelligence say, Esan say what that community nti. Ye di nim say aha, anaha, anomi ye galamsey. Mi amasrafo ni domo a ye domesi wono akakoko. We American honorable Amakofi Bua ana establish ye. E di adena we di mo na baso. You see, it is a wonder somebody are not frustrated. Papa no say my resign. Hey, Honorable Amakofi Bua, own resign, I'm telling you. You will make sure say Obeku Galamsey akosi awie and we I crack Kwame Nkrumah home. You better wait to make sure say Ghana be fan into my pefra in our fight against Galamsey. Beyond Blue Water Guard Initiative. Oh yeah, sometime ke we sorry no offend kuku ni kaka no wurem adia okoko Galamsey. Obekono na wakwa jisika afiri omwetu Galamsey no we jaiwo. The next day, now we enter soldier want to be police kakrebi no nso afemurem ade akoko Galamsey. Anya no a chest excavators and you may now we 100,000, 50,000, 20,000. And you know ubehum say ya chi Galamsey was site. The next day, now machines na ya chi no say was site. Aden. Machines need to meet the service site. No, I'm go tear their way out. Etu bekaya ema ya ma me hana bisu kra na eya na hometi. I'm at a point it seems Oku Galamsey. You cannot blame her that much because as at the time no be a person of bois no Oku Galamsey. But ladies and gentlemen, the point I am making is one SCS Oku Galamsey no one interest at basing Ghana interest. It's yet to fear Guinness say Crofona for soldiers kakra no ma komuro Oku Galamsey oh kwajisika na Ghana so na koswase. It's the honorable minister based on new information. What the Bible say, Ethna Sidi no casino. Sesiano, you need an integrated group. You need an institutionalized group. You need official group. You bet me I can say, when we co appointing, those times we had Operation Carlex, Operation Galam Stop, time ministerial one illegal. You see those things. By way by no many be. Come life. Yes. Thank you. I don't know how to get Galamsey anai. As we need mumdimba. Operation come. What I say? It's a by way by. Through the ingenuity of Honorable Amakofi Bua. I don't say. And my name in pension phobia and we are going to establish what we call the NIMOS. And I'm going to tell you. But principally, what are you making? So much no Oku Galamsey. Yes, in fact, but it's like I said, me social media, na me ho tete, me na me ho yirame, and I force as a papa no ni come for as we ding, you know, but what's necessary a jam like Honorable Amakofi Bua, we may lose him as in say bia obemwa no free position na akromfo na nya opportunity to take over the ministry no be to Galamsey no and no na say me dey pray minim say president tie station we minim say president ye busy say den ma no dina hama utie station we obana no to da na make say na me we dey me boni dey ha me jai kasa fantastic woman no futabra bo bia no ma no bi jo mahama so nye jealous so bia no bi fantastic president. Hassan. I say me Charlie, me a professional journalist. Ya boama Ghana yi. Eti National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat. I pray I had the name right. NIMOS. Now, before I talk to you about the mandate of NIMOS, and now Nkrofo say, I feel the NIMOS for no crampo, and edge adimudie. I can tell you on authority, ladies and gentlemen, that one who are fighting against NIMOS, no, say Galamsey no koso. 1% Galamsey no koso because, and you see, so you know what done no. On Karasem, I wish to say, me, I have had opportunity to listen to some tapes. And Crawford, your friend can bola on Kamaka. And Crawford, can no, can a woman in penny for any human's names on the ground, so not call a back. Sabita Frater, 7 penny for him, Jimmy Forbity, baby, said, Okra power. Or a party penny say that then they call say Murumbe Jakruma will bring a party penny in Ghana Constitution. Moka Because you talk about NDC so to Galamsey. You talk about NDC say go against Galamsey. And me no Galamsey for I'll come to you so that you don't get angry. Because I barely position yes say mobile mining. No. One day many time. More na buy no sand mobile say adwuma no. Enu nti na oma launch a responsible corporate mining. Oma launch responsible corporate mining. So responsible corporate mining is simple. Mining no na mobile but we mun say nsu. Eti mu amoye Galamsey no hwan no a obi ka kire mu say ye be mo jai mining no obi ama mu nya mining. But this time nso ndie ma mo say no. Mobile responsible corporate mining. So ye the ebo ba ko be kum no mami no. Once I yensu be ye ne ensa say ye because mo jai sa Galamsey fo no. Mo na mo sa baba responsible corporate mining. Ma say nyiska gumbutum na mo tua tax na Ghana enso nya so mfaso. Eno na John Dramani Mahama ama kofi gu apeso ye. It is a trust ye na ye microphobia sebita frate. Kitwa bi enso omidi essay papa we ya that will be the end. And look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying this. Say John Dramani Mahama fairly the fight against Galamsey maybe unless 50 years. Forget it. Forget it. Say John Dramani Mahama Ntibako Galamsey, I will never trust any politician again in this country. I will never trust any politician again. And until me as a journalist, you met my say, me bo owura no echi dompa na botimi akọ Galamsey. Botimi akọ Galamsey. Okay, so let's look at Dymos. And we are looking at the organization of Dymos. At the top, a Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Now, what himself first, no? We sorry, that we me person be out. We sorry, was me opposite for that Omati afem. Mo be kaya. We so sorry as me soldiers. No Mati afem. We so sorry as ya hemfo. No Mati afem. We sorry as it woman say one more na ku Galamsey no. I be break they were frustrating the other people. Omu to mining no. And maybe before I forget. Niama Nemus as original ye kura na say recent no make some kwachin crofo for me some crofo no here soldier for woman na say one more guard excavators obache na excavators ye chair ye guard no 3 months we police station we national security what's the fear with the excavators go on and for 3 months. What are you talking about? Granted, in person, time operations, does it give them the right, ladies and gentlemen, to take custody of the machines in an operation that has not been sanctioned by national security? Because by my investigations, the Ghana Armed Forces said they have not sanctioned the operations of those 4 guys. So-called excavators, video biba bonti no Chinese be woman. So who sanctioned them? National security said women will be here. So who sanctioned them? So granted, impossible be a sanction woman. And after the laws of our country, you all citizen arrest. It is only a Ghana funti. Now they have been trained against external aggression as soldiers. It's only who said them have been koi into a more Maya. Ukwachi excavators no. Any police station in the Kugu. Okay, any national security office now okay. And once a Ghana forces, Omonye, but then actually call the Facom MCB, Nakase MCB, and a DCB, and a mayor be. What's a walk so any form? I Ghana Suma, but what was Suma in the name of patriotism? No, what's it? Excavators, no, and you are guarding it for 3 months. And we are IGP. Now IGP could have a right to do that. We are Chief of Defense Staff. Even President John Dramani Mahama, as president, only right. So because we are excavators, no, they are going to face our way. We need some authority, no. The authority is vested in the police service, who are largely in charge of internal security. I just say the paramilitary. It's your intelligence. I told you about the Blue Water Guard initiative. We are there on Intel. Now, what happened is that Senai was from Echo Abia. Sabi Yamnasa no mutu Galamsey, assuming without admitting. No, on me call maybe Omega, no more come krum Achimusino. My men chair krum funina. Yes, me a proud Usino guy. The chair Achimusino funina. Chairman edition to the Akumiamini. The champion you for, Sino. Eti, Omega was no ma frio na bia omko pristia eti omudu omutete atete saa ana fedi omunya concrete intel ana naimos from edikochi bom say anka naimos from so me corrupt ese ne nkrofo kan say one say omani soldiers won bidi ano say basa say amanya say okay mate odi chemu 3 mumfa 2 muma ye 1 dabi yempere mumfa 1 muma ye 2 say bi musa naimos from no digiska na naimos from digiska no makoto sika so say excavators say one say naimos nkrofo ni say amuna me officially accepted eti man say naimos ni mo ka say mumfa nkrofo ni bra muti excavators say say 41 oh okay fantastic obi yanfa 100,000 bra na na simple enti eba ne say na naimos for na ye say omo ye corrupt o tie benye bibia na school apply common sense na your true first law book no or true final dream one way so me corrupt ya kronfo digiska our minus for eba ne say no metimi access calculator 41 na omo ne krofo ya nya 1 na command digiska I'm telling you sanka ma out mpo so for 9 months to gather and master the courage to not only arrest the guys but take custody of some machines no and on see almost when you say that was the Bobie office on the 2BN our western region on the soldier for number 2BN and of course soldier for the sell the safe and guy room and one room they will keep you there until say police for be wasn't it is verifiable and the other issue no say you say machines from the microphone debut now watch it a mining also we tutu from when into illegal mining chese o say so ana say ne concession watra no le pa when trial was we tutu from into that galam so na kon tutu wi mo de cross me ma say what pa when crap paper and say was say that be you to da ko are you saying say me member tena to defend galam say yes over my dead body for being to me $100 million sika me hu bi da na me hu da me hu bi no can't so too mami ko sensu na nanom be bisama Yesu Kristo bisama wia se ogidi ni na nanom be se bisama na me minim sa samando e kro Kwame Nkrumah okwa samando Kwame Nkrumah ono what flat mu we twa wa fa na down asamando e kro Kwame Nkrumah fear him street lighting kwa because asamando e kro oh, near to one microphone and rather some to 2 and foot microphone and people are buying it because of the people behind you. Jack, the country belongs to all of us. Me o to da ko me person me did the picture. Oh yes. Come me did the picture. But you see, baby, I am why steady. I am why careful. Because the future is still pregnant and the future is unknown. It's namus for that chinkro. Are you there to Facebook? Where soldiers training? But where are your namus for, right? Where are your namus? Oh, okay. It's about the woman namus for no. On the old Facebook, over Facebook. Now blue, and the only share blue water initiative for no. And soldiers for the war, you know. Masa, who say Namus and if you person will be misrepresenting fact. Namus, fantastic guy. Who the minimum say we correct guys. I don't know, there are 2 Facebook no. Oba, come and look at the operations. Hey hoa. First, yes, achim kwa menum bremu, say achim kwa menum piota. Me come and na galam say. You see, no mkoso we say so. I always use my tongue, osino. Dana mi ko osino mi swing the heart of osino. My tongue. You took and say essence asino. Na me am say ahoko and the doso. Na me am say so you osino boy I guess crowd have being. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Ah, why want to guess me na osino? Because I'm na okreska. Sabe ko me yoko awia. Yes, we yoko awia na ne kura ne say. Ah, can say na ba wa masa. Wouldn't say osino dia na boy den senkrai. Because almost raised the standard of the town say here for brew musino. Because thieves have taken over the reins. It mean come on to Nenchima and then I'm suma names for equity sacrum for you. But you see, Ebiana you think say names no. Eye amakofi bua property bi ewudi di ho a And I think that some people also confuse themselves with Colonel Bua, who is the head of the NIMOS, and Ama Kofi Bua, who is the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. And people think that because largely a honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Ama Kofi Bua will have an influential role before you be appointed the head of the NIMOS, which is Colonel Bua. No one yes, go and do your research. I am a professional journalist. And based on my professionalism, I can tell you here with authority, ladies and gentlemen, say, Ama Kofi Bua Efri Elembele, Colonel Bua, who is the head of NIMOS Efri Jomoro. Go and find out. May say, go and find out. Go and find out. Ama Kofi Bua Efri Elembele. Colonel Bua no head of NIMOS Efri Jomoro. How are they brothers? Oh, me de kuku. Kejo. No Kofi oni Bombai. Nyaba fite me Kwabena kan. Afe na kai. Shika wabana. Igobashi jinemi. Money will still be there. Sakara sere. I say we himbiasa. I know you himbiasa. Producer say menko. Oh, menko. Yeah. I'm drinking. Oh. What does it? Eti Mr. Mo. Mumma enye manko yi. Nati. Me the way si. NIMOS for no. Enye Ama Kofi Bua na kwashe dem. Ma mention nkrofo a ono omdele. At the level of Ama Kofi Bua, there are other people who sit at his level. Omo nyina adwene ho ansana omo establish NIMOS. Number 1, Minister for Defense. Radin fa ne krensi na omane Buama was an influential party before NIMOS was established. Radin fa ne krensi. The Minister of Defense is there. So whoever will be appointed, the new Minister of Defense will be part of the thinking cap of NIMOS. And don't think that soldiers work out. Interior Minister Muntaka were part. And anything that post for NIMOS one. The man Minister of Lands been a quarter baby Asha NIMOS. Say in Chuka say, oh no Ama Kofi Bua corrupter. What so should I say? No man Bua corrupt, not the Jiska. Na Muntaka corrupt, not the Jiska, because no can. Local government also free. He's one minister, Saka. Me call Honorable Ahmed Fee. Now, no, I should not reveal his secret. And yet, any bad secret, but I shouldn't say that. That is his bad. Hey, me who minister? Well, he actively take part in the service. So, anyways, my president John Mahama Krasu preach. And you know where they are from here. Ahmed. Ahmed Ibrahim. Look, your software, they come in rotation to pray in Honorable Ahmed's house. Go and ask him. He's an elder, eh? Sorry, on go Pentecost. That no mean like Pentecost. My sorry, Mama Bobie, because yes. Ufuriata the elder. Ufuriata the way. Oh, senior judge of Ufuriata the elder. Can Ufuriata elder? Also, for needing the same. ICGC. Answer Menso Tabel. Now we are saying. Can Ufuriata your damn pastor? I want to know the name. I don't know. Oh, are you serious? Facebook for Ayamba. I was thinking of Furiata, you would name pastor. Public knowledge. I thought chance yourself for. Bobie, Ansah. Where you name pastor? Bobie, Ansah, no evangelist, I'm not a prophet. Evangelist Bobie, Ansah. Mami fa sem wezi. Eti Minister for Defense kan NIMOS. Interior Minister eka thinking you know. Afi Ahmed Ibrahim local government eka ho. because they'll be dealing with MCs, DCs. So at the local level, they need representation. Attorney General will have to advise them when it comes to matters of law. It's the Honorable, I couldn't think, what's his other name? Attorney General. Oh, Mumwami, Attorney General didn't say. What is it? Dominic Aini. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. On also account. And I feel environment. It is not a use of count. We are ready for the currency. Muntala. Because it has to do with environment. One account. And a national security coordinator. And so can leadership now. It is name was there. I'm a coffee boy. I'll give you a cotton at them. One day you do a brand. The next day they didn't say for anything was hey Martina Muzo. David. Minister for Defense. Omanebuama, ready for the crazy. Local government minister, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, Attorney General. Papa, I don't know if you need answer. Dominic Aile, Minister for Environment, ready for the crazy. Mutala Mohammed, National Security Coordinator, Honorable Razak. It's at the highest level when they take a decision. It will build an crop for in terms of composition there, administrative, and they have their director of operations in the person of Kano, Bua, on their director. It may be so. Are you saying it's a Sankofu winning now? Why do you do that? To spoil people's name. Why? And those of you behind those nonsense, please, munya steady. Nine this nyamudia. You will be already under Jitame under Jikramun joining NDC by a professional journalist in China Studio Kruma. Monasana some joining NDC, you think some munya guys who could be some assault on Kwabena on Metro. In 2004, you had the Honorable Isaac Adamabai, Namiswabanamikam. In 2008, you had the Honorable Zito Benson by Southern Zito Kankwi, and then Ghana's ambassador designate to UK Namikam. In 2012, I beg your pardon, you had the former member of parliament for Bombom Yabra, Okuaku, Sufaya, Ebai, me Utura Namikam. Namikam. Ne watch or check or you are not there to watch. Namikam. Look, one of the finest candidates in Kwabena, in 2016, you had the Nuruddin Mohammed. Nuruddin Mohammed, ne papa na ye Zongo Kokos, papa no the same. And this is Zongo Kokos. Oh, Honorable Yaya Kundo, Zongo Kokos, papa, and this is Zongo Kokos coordinator. Nebani Nuruddin Mohammed, Utuda was there. Go and ask my boss Nuruddin. Then in 2020, Yadi Elipulma Krugu Baye. In fact, Elipulma Krugu is the only candidate in the history of Kwabena who was repeated in 2024. Then he won. She won, sorry. Etimusa small boys. Munase maba join go bien to me fa will be as a national officer. Tell me we are national officer now this we are national officer and this in the eye well amount. Obia steady. Oh, Kroma. What are you talking about? What are you saying? Musakra muti office mu se nyama. He say NDC you better say one after the other. You will make sure say you do the right thing in this country. Boys be brave hon mu here djuma mo mo minim say mo ye djuma ba mesra mo mo refi. They be me ba na makai. Boys na here djuma no. Mo Joma Hama is only one person. DCs, MCs, Honorable Abu. What guys, mo fa boys edjuma mu. Mamu nya fina mko certificate. Omko kromoti no certificate ni so. Mo madwuma bia betimi aye. Honorable ne kulma kurugu. Me ma me no ba wa nya me fa ya kurum ha. Me no ye kum. Guys, all the other places, MPs, DCs, tell me, everyone guys can hold ya. Ah, now you go near them on the outside. Move from my boys and you must also deal. Moment this boys not Juma guess, no, be a Juma no Kruma. More fire. Media see But I'm saying that the end tonight, I'm a say empenyufu bidding. Ga nyeme. Alo game, jenaka. Ofane. Wohanye fe afi. Na minim say eraditi asi. Ghana betimi afane ntuma pa efra. Yeah. Ghana betimi afane ntuma pa efra. Yamwa na Ghana enye ye. Ma yenye adwen se yebese o man Ghana. Minister bi yade na nya ya ebeka. For now na Ministry of Lands eye dwumande yenye. Minister mi minim ni ba bia mi frati musu no lembele dem kwa edewo. Ni ba bia. In fact, omukura menu omukura afi na GM memo appointment enso yenyina yenye bi. Be bri minim obi say honorable papa ya no wo China. What they say? Oh, Horace near Yankra. Mr. President, Minister Wojina Huntimi Nkasa Bebre. Anna, Papa, when you're ambassador to Saudi, a large scenario on the Ekana me Sakra, the yes, a large Odoku because Charlie, I do my wabo Hanadi. Only passport. Could you tell that room? I see your chip, this passport. Ufi Anedia, bro. Very well. Enyumi ameboboi e ka mense munyina na se etie enyumi ni amfamu aba esanyara ya meka kire ono abo amakofi bua ne say don't lose hope sa na edi yesu but ene he has become victorious. If indeed why a crowd so beku against Galamsey, you fight a lot of adversaries because somewhere to Galamsey no they have huge power, but don't be afraid. Honorable Keno Bua, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Accra100.5FM.
Monko swanko. Na nim say enye John Dramani Mahama that will reward you. God Almighty will reward you someday. Munti enyumi na monfamu aba. Enyumi sia ebeko break. If you break empenyufu atenase ebedi nkomo. Medina no to da ko Ghana man kasa fo nene. We ntini esuma me free so se me fan sempamre nifa. I am the voice for the voiceless. I'm the gatekeeper of the nation. Listen.
The problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter, and I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. Example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor
Does it live on Accra100.5FM, new chapter. And Bobie Nkomo. And two important topics and that pretty Ebekwa Kwetia na by elections no ebaso asrafo no edikan akọ me hu chief of staff ne team mko fire nche hu chairman mo so ne o team do say crofo be pray or grounds a omo eye adwuma ti ba bia ye chairman sidun kitia obi aye chia no finso Papa Preocupe, Chief of Staff, Julius Debra, so your chiam. Na Yabekwa Kwetia, na yashe, seni ya eko, Usman Ayarga, mihuni, sa ubo juma pa afinso, the youth commander of the Green Army, Pablo, fantastic job. Mpenyifo bebre, yentini modi nyebi, mwenyina mu eguma mu yejuma. Maminchia, me boss, Honorable Sami Jemfi, ebi uebi anya minshano. Very well. Al Hassan Sakra ana edina mi nyani yana sa ewfia sanso or kasama NDC or sanso nimti when it comes to port matters because port on say for port dey ni kan na start with Akwatia
me boss wan kwale
start with port no yenti ni kakran free because I'm got 24 hours yenti port dey nya enough time nya Akwatia
sure
okay your president and a chairperson Emma Exporters and Importers Association of Ghana chairman Awengobet chairman Esansuye Titrendi Penning Emma PNC Amanyuku. Now what you don't know about this man is his humility. That is what you don't know about him. That is what you don't know about him. Who could have a chairman?
Chairman be a chairman.
Charlie, I love him so much. Chairman
Minia,
the patro bibi abakodi.
Adumyo.
Me can I love you no send your sacra him any. I want to make a tell I love you. I've been born
Say on him say men over there and yet they are very gay because baby
gay some way.
Yeah, but I want to be fantastic.
No, I have some boom.
What about Kukurambo and dear Dari? I had never to say marry one woman, one we are your holiday, one man be a
guess Matty, the banner you didn't come
news cry.
That's a chairman.
I say what I can there will be Dutch you know free man. Now could be brave. I say the collab number 30, 20, 15.
Just for crying say, what we got down. Maybe a Uganda kwala neba. Yes in kwala ya manima mwenwe oko China no kwa kakra eno so nefi. Na fi also no oko no fu no ko ye kuya kakra nti e kwala ya to sentry e no fu ma no. Nefe. Esa wo ni adi. Nefe.
Professional
journalist. Well, mami chair I here for NLT for that no it is so say Minia Esipa president and executive
director.
He was a former director. Now so
he's still the director.
That was so appointment.
Oh, said no civil society so na political You can still.
No, but
we say when your appointment. You can still be a spokesperson.
That is your mom chief executive officer. You
have to resign. Oh, okay.
And met my friend say former, but Oyeminia.
Anyway, so a deputy.
Unfortunately, me nim na appointed say on Baba 79 so our ESEPA because Obisa member say I still want that institution to be alive. Because if he doesn't get someone to take over the office and that office will get die in natural death, I am happy. It was one of the good advocacy that they've really put effort. And say, my man, happy birthday. I'm told say today is his birthday. No order. Bomb pie, Yankopon pie say, Yankopon man contente, or man hodi, or man yam. Now on fire a Jumakra, or man paying for son or so on Uncle Cobuane, the boss no. On Mr. Honorable James Avedi. Avezi or is it Aveji?
Aveji.
He's assisting him, right? That is the institution they've sent him. Mm-hmm. So when they talk about Ghana Stock Exchange, am I right?
No. I don't know. Ghana Security Exchange Commission.
Exchange Commission, yes. Where they sell the shares, is that not it? We trade shares. So I think he will do a good job there to support his boss. Me to say, maybe me say Mambaha. Maybe other duty will come in elsewhere. Me to say Commander Boham. Bobie the birthday
Evangelist Bobie
Ansah. Say Otiemi will be wherever he is no. Me man no trim kwa in advance. Yangopa eduma me so say china. Bobie no also he might not even do a sitting and I sit to me baby.
Sit in there.
Oh, my number.
I
China.
But we are arranging.
Why hint me?
Me into.
Nah, me has may confirm people had he's our only brother who has also extremely distinguished himself in his career as a journalist. Mini akumawa me mano Akwaba. Say this is probably our first time meeting in this studio.
In this studio,
we met elsewhere, but not here.
But honorable,
yes, sir.
So that I'll not forget. I know some people like Sakra, they are thinking about them, but me who be a manager, you know why?
Why? Sakra.
Hassan Sakra.
Sakra, yes.
Or no ma NDC4 campaign here practical.
Okay.
Ask me how.
Why?
Or how I should say. Ask me how. Who say? Oh no. Say be a kasi be a banchi one city. O kan wano and shut down or no or better bunch in our studio. Yes, if you don't stand there campaign, no Sakra will bring bunch or the map part crab by. Who did you fetch me? Oh no, but it's true.
Yes.
Not say name a boy a ding. No, and the name is October on Fanku, you're jinning.
Oh, you're practical.
That makes your muku via me boy. Charlie, why are and this will reward you.
You heard one pay back
President,
okay, so I know that my issue statement be. My name say if Sakra the Sanka announce or say my issue statement be na issue statement na me issue no. It has to do with the port. Nana too. Last week by this time, let me go Bank of Ghana. I went to pay a courtesy call to the governor. We called and made him paying for the Michi Croy. They called about Dr. Eshema Bandits, Netrunkwa, and the two deputies na management and staff. Yeah, your commander moved for since they took over office now. We saw a hard work that they put in place. A Jumadia Moya, almost stability by na Bibria, mom, nema bia no abatima say nema okwayino on who tonoda. Yen na bia hu toy because there were savings at the point that no obi that after your point na mini aba ko bi important na Okoyi car, your friend Lexus Sport. Okay. Am I right?
Yeah, Lexus
Sport. Now, see, before January, February, no. So, Okoyi car now, what you have to say 1 million, 1.5 million. So, I don't catch them. But because of this is in about 10.2, no. That's the time the car in the Ghana. Okotia duty 550,000. So you could see clearly say such a person he has made savings over 500,000. Sure. And you know kwa guess an apart me baha no pa me flash me no me program be. Abrante bi osi clear 2018 or 2017 Honda CVR. Osi utua 54,000. And that was osi August or July, yeah. And I say, okay, yamfa the same period in 2024. They always say Honda CVR, how much you were paying at the portal to clear such a car. Let me say, by at the point, Honda CVR, Chawabako Makakotoa, won't get 400,000 to 500,000 because of due to now, you were paying almost 150 or more at the port to clear Honda CVR. Even to it, now you're around January, February, won't get 80,000 or 100,000. Won't me. That was why Twitter vid no page cost repair. But when these people took over, then they put on hard work. You won't say if you call you Sakana, say Honda CVR, you're calling 54,000. Then that one that you pay like say 50,000 or 16,000 to clear it. That is how stable they give us. As we speak, custom is using 10.9 in calculating duty in the port. It's good. However, the challenge here is that I have importers who bring in frozen goods. Nam and Amudiba. Chicken, frozen chicken. Now, because of business built on trust, this group of persons, no. So you can find them, your supplier could send you the goods in advance. Or the name esuma or the money ship na yadiaba. Say the do Ghana porter. The supplier would only release the cargo to you when you pay his money.
Sure.
So maybe invoice value, but to say $40,000 or 30,000 or 38,000 US. If the Nipa no importer no or call no commercial bank for the past 2 or 3 weeks now, say the commercial bank me per dollar say transfer to pay this invoice value for me so that I can get the document to go and clear my container. But say $1 no. The same issue in Medical Bank of Ghana last week no. So and what happened? So if frozen chicken no by law no say be do Ghana porter at the time I'm yes custom management at 891 no. You might 7 days. When I'm about to do it porter, clear it within 7 days. Won't me clear amount 14 days. After 14 days, a page call 21. 21 days no, it's supposed to go under what we call the UCL.
Okay.
Uncleared cargo list. Say never call uncleared cargo list. It doesn't necessarily mean say I see unkoto never yoko auction. It must be published gazetted before then auction. But
I'm told say even the law says you first ask Onipakuno Kane.
That's not true. I have been in the port for several years.
But is it true say so be some Kane?
No, they will not even ask you. But the law says say auction will never. There will be liabilities. So if there's liabilities, they will share. Maybe custom will take. Maybe port authorities or whatever mandatory charge, which is 6,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 will take. Then maybe the last person. But in this country, no, it has never happened. So I don't even want to trade.
Is it not possible? Say you fight this, and if we're fighting this, some of us will support you. Mahama is into reset. Until to be nice and Mahama nebe and at the end I make a was say me clear a certain good, it be 100,000 cities. Now if it's a demo region day, me intimate here. Now say I buy so confiscate wa far. Ube mwana buy or shane was or shane 20,000. Maybe I then I buy or shane 20,000. On some baby sami because at 20,000 I pay maybe a meeting me up. Now or tom will be for obi a 1 million no anyan for 4. Meanwhile that 20,000 maybe I could. I don't know if I'm making sense. So what happened? I'm not making sense.
So what happened to say? So what happened to say? Importer no. They don't want to encourage that. They're discouraging that.
Oh, okay.
Because other than that, Obia didn't name about Jawa Habuha. Now you call UCL.
Okay.
Now you can now buy Skeka by Bayano. But the point here I'm making is that they are gaining people who, because of this challenge of forests that they are not getting from their banks, that led up to running to the 21 days. That makes the cargo go on UCL. To say I call UCL now me yes can I continue me supplier now. Now me baba to me duty. If you don't at guess aware we obi catch say even he paid the duty and by the time you get to pick for the content to reverse, content na echo. So I issue a statement and say that there are political mafias. They paraded themselves at the port. And yet, Jomama Bankwa, I've been in the port for 11 years now. Anytime there's political change, there are party boys and girls, I call them party boys and girls, that parade themselves as businessmen and businesswomen. And you know where they always parade themselves? They are eyeing tomatoes importers. They are eyeing cooking oil. They are eyeing sardine, mackerel. They are iron frozen chicken. And they are iron rice and sugar. These are the movable items. We are sumpe. Now, back to your question. Such an importer who is crying that if care is not taken to auction is continued because and you're not fault. On the bank say, what are my documents? Me cocoa bidding our Bank of Ghana. I'm waiting for the Bank of Ghana to give me. So people are keen. They've given their documents, legitimate documents to their commercial banks, and commercial banks assure them that until Bank of Ghana give me forest, I'm not going to get forest for you too. If he too doesn't want to go to black market because of black market price I was sure. So what do? We are waiting till the bank servers and we pay our supply before we then get hold of our document to go and start initiate the process to clear the cargo. Here is the case. It's been auctioned because it went up to 21 days and more.
Okay.
So it's auction, not auction at 300,000. Because if you were to clear the cargo, either you pay 250,000 or 300,000 or good money for government of Ghana.
That's right.
Besides so the government of Ghana have made such a dutable collected from you.
Yeah.
Two, because the cargo arrived and ran more than 7 days, it has entered demurrage. This demurrage is for the shipping line. Maybe this demurrage could have been accrued, let's say, an amount of 50,000. So we continue 50,000 shipping line as well. Apart from paying the duty, there's VAT component on the demurrage that I pay. So government would have made some amount from the 50,000 I was going to pay to the shipping line. Then what do you call it? Terminal operator would also collect some amount of money. That one too, there would have been VAT for government of Ghana. So government of Ghana get duty from me, get VAT component from shipping line, get something from that is making revenue that we are collecting for the country, isn't it? But if they are auctioning it, because it's 21 days, and they are auctioning it to somebody, the person will better 80,000 or even 50,000, or let's say, let me be charged to 100,000 or 200,000, that's all. He only go to pay mandatory fee, which is 6,000 or 10,000, that's all, then he's gone. He's gone. But if government had waited patiently, so we are saying, government should direct custom that don't auction their goods, it's not their making. Unlike someone deliberately bring the cargo and come and dump it and pass through behind to come and buy it for it to go to UCL then come to buy it. No. But these are genuine people that have actually put their documents at their commercial bank waiting for the foreign. They are not getting 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And the cargo ran into 21 days and they are auctioning it. That's why I issue a statement appealing that one, government should extend it to 60 days. Or even 30 days. So that because those who are running to 2 weeks before they will get the forex. As I said, the person who was talking to me was complaining. 3 weeks, he still did not get to serve.
There are people who do not want to comply, even if government extend it to whatever date. They'll still default.
No, so that one will be
because
that one will not. It's not majority that will be affected.
Okay.
But as it stands now, we know genuine people that they cannot get $1 from their bank. That is truth. The truth of the matter.
They can't get $1.
They cannot get it.
Why?
Because they are waiting for Bank of Ghana to offload forest to them. And if Bank of Ghana is not coming, that's why they are waiting. The banks are telling them that they should wait. When they serve them, they will serve them.
Abokitu is expensive.
Abokitu is very expensive. And the one who go and buy this auction will come and sell it cheap at the market as well. You spoil their market.
Yeah.
Not only that, you put the importer into risk because one, the supplier will not sit down and allow. And many suppliers are in there. I don't know if he's aware. Sakara is aware. Many suppliers has come because they don't know that your government say it's 1 to 21 days, so they auction it. So that's all. You come and give the supplier that excuses, mere excuses. He will hold you for his money. So you have to pay the money. If you care something, that person is out of business. That's why we are appealing to the government.
And
I know a lot of political boys and girls who are parodying themselves.
have you sent some of the petition?
They are mafia. They are cartels.
Have you sent your petition to appropriate courts?
We are not sending. We are raising the issue. We
Okay.
started yesterday raising the issue. We issued a statement. The BNI guys and Ansah, they've reached out to me to ask the issues. I've explained to them, and I told them they should go to wherever the containers are. They should go to Tema container yard, refer yard, to find out is it true? Is auction going or is not going? What is the challenge? The challenge is what I'm telling you. Everybody, not even only frozen chicken importers. Many importers are complaining.
Are affected.
I was in the program at Tampala today. The gentleman walked to me and said, Mr. Sake, I bought something from China. $1,005. My bank, he even mentioned the bank. I don't want to mention it here. Big bank.
Now, Mr. Sake,
he said the bank could not give me the
you sit on the same committee with President Mahama.
No, my committee doesn't sit every day. My committee will start somewhere. Was it May or June?
I'm just being parabolic. The person may say, who access to President Mahama because you're on the same committee with the president?
Yes, that's
what shape we are, man.
No, and not in town aside.
Not
even that is not in town. The truth of the matter is the committee doesn't sit every day.
Professional.
The committee doesn't sit every day. The committee will start. We had our first sitting somewhere. Was it in June thereabout?
Okay.
So we haven't gone to our meeting. In fact, we haven't done any orientation to us.
So you asking
I've heard that they do other board members that do.
Sure.
Our own is not even board. It's a committee. It's a council.
So you're asking for how many days in addition?
So I'm asking, at least my people is asking me to say, can they push them to the 60 days? If not, even 30 days is even good. They should give them something.
You said currently is how many days?
It's 21 days.
So 30 days, at least 1 week extra.
Yes. So this is it's a serious matter. And people are becoming rich. You go and buy a container maybe 80,000, 100,000. You go and sell it maybe, let's say, 700 or 800,000. You make a lot of money. You pay only 80,000 or you pay price mandatory fee of 6,000 or 10,000. You pay, let's say, 90,000 or 95,000, whatever. Then you end up making about 500,000 profit. That's what is happening. It becomes and if he doesn't pay the supplier, he will cut off. 2, if he doesn't pay the demurrage, the shipping demurrage to the shipping line, next time if they are selling goods and they said it's in your name, they will not even bring it because they say, if you read your country, you will not pay, and they will come and auction the goods and. The cost of bringing the container.
Why engage Port and Harbour CEO? No,
it is not about Port and Harbour issues.
This
is not even custom boss. Custom boss cannot.
This about the higher authority.
This higher authority. The Minister of Finance must have interest.
Minister of Finance.
That even if my container runs to 21 days and they have to auction it, and Samsung was supposed to pay 300,000 or 250,000 Ghana cedis. They should sell it at 250,000 Ghana cedis, isn't it? Let's take it. Yeah. Be it of whatever, be as it may. But what about the person who have to pay the forest to the supplier? Okay. If you auction to somebody, even pay 300,000 to the state, the supplier, the buyer is still is still having a problem because he has to pay. He has to pay the supplier. He has to pay the shipping line. So that when his goods are coming, they will bring it. They will not blacklist him. Yeah. That is the challenge we are going to have.
Yes. I think we a genuine concern.
Yes, we are appealing to the government that I admitted. I said there were savings. There have been some savings. Even as currently, January, February, we are using 13 cities or 12.8 in Catholic duty. As we speak, it's not even up to 11 cities. It's between 10.9, 10.8, 10.9. Yes. So that is true.
So you admit, but as Oliver Twist, you're asking for
more. No, we are not even asking for more. They should make the forest available for the commercial banks.
Okay.
Because look, now with the ICOM system, even if I ship my cargo and they are on and it's on high seas coming, and I have the original bill of lading, I can even start processing, pay my duty if I in advance, and when the cargo arrives, they check if there's some fault. If there's no, I go ahead to clear my cargo. Nobody wants cargo to continue to run to demolish.
No, correct.
Nobody wants it because that money will not stay in Ghana here.
Yeah, no, correct.
So I strongly believe that but they are also bad nut who think that they are politically connected, both NPP time and NDC time. They will deliberately dump their cargo. It will go UCI, they will find ways and go to Jubilee House or go to the ministries, get it, say auction it. These are not the people I am supporting. So this is our appeal. The other aspect is that the 24 hour.
Oh no, so it's still the
Yeah.
Okay, so when
This was the statement that I issued.
No, let's be fair. Go to the 24
Now,
then.
Now the 24-hour economy has really come to help us.
Okay.
And it's helping. If you ask those who are clearing, if you someone tell that I prefer working in the night. So refer yard you can clear in the night. Golden tulip you can GJT, where we call it GJT, you can clear in the night. For MPS, we were clearing, then this thing has come to expand it the more. Let me advise agents. I get complaint that in the daytime, 10 a.m. to 12 going, they have the ups and downs with the ICOM system. That's the challenge that I'm getting. But I also made my inquiries in my investigation. In the night, the system is very robust. I want to also appeal because and I agree. In the daytime, there are so many institutions on the system. There are so many agents, so many people. So there's huge traffic. So it causes slow down times.
Sure.
So I would advise if you have a document, if your agent, your importer give you your documents, just wait, relax in the night. By 9, 10 p.m. going, then you open your laptop. It's a web base. Once you have a broadband data in your house, you can just go on your computer and then do all your necessary work, input, and process it. Then daytime you go and pay your customer that work on it. And now, whilst we are working 24 hours at the port, what it means is that CTSB should also work 24 hours. So if they close, they cannot tell that CTSB has closed. So if you send your BOEs or when you do the declaration you send to custom, it should go through valuation and classification in the night. They should also work the daybreak and others come to take them up. So if the customer will have to run 3 shifts, early morning, and maybe let's take it 8 o'clock to let's say 5 in the evening. Another people will come and take them from 5 to, but the other normal work is people start work at 6 a.m. or is it at 4 a.m. Then by 2 p.m. they close. Some comes and by 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. they close and other take to the daybreak. I don't know how customer is going to do, but they should also work in that direction so that nobody will say that I've seen the BOE, the declaration, but it has not gone through classification and evaluation and come out with the BOE, the bill for me, the bill that the tax component that you go and pay. So for me, I know that it even right now. Recently, the MPA board came to port to also inspect where we push the oil. Yes, when they what is it? And then you finish oil, no? As a petroleum or diesel, as a BDC for now. Bar in the night, they can clear it. So that one, the port is pushed for 24-hour economy. And many agents that I speak to them tells me that they even enjoy working in the night because it's seamless and it's seamless good. If you clear cargo in the night time, that time people are sleeping. Workers have gone home. The road is clear. Some person find them call Kumasi. I didn't try to track not to Kumasi. I didn't try to track not to Tamale. And that's then the workers rush to work in the morning, and when workers are going home in the evening, you will see this long class queuing. So I think it's even going to help us the more. It's going to help us the more. So yes, in the daytime, so we're agent. Just work, do your other, go to your bank, do the payment, go to maybe if you have to do fees and charges payment, maybe you need permit from EPA or FDA, you get all those things done. Then in the night you go to the port. In the night you go to the port and pick your container. That's it. As simple as that. So I can tell the 24-hour economy. And I want to appeal to IGP to also make sure that his police officers who are on the route, not just stopping every car or every truck for stopping sake. But you can do random checks. What I say, so that it doesn't mean that every truck. If you want to stop every truck, then they will break the law with huge traffic on the road. And I think that and we should have intelligent way of stopping a vehicle or doing random checks because you have picked an intelligence about a cargo or a car moving in the night or whatever. I'm not saying this, but you see, if you are driving in the night, and I'm sure you do drive in the night, as I do drive sometimes in the night, everywhere they want to stop. Boss. Oh, because of you, your men, your boys are on the ground. And we are here because of you. You are here because you are being paid. I'm here because I'm being paid. That's why I come to work. I have to do my work, isn't it? So if I'm working a day and you two are coming, now why do you say that because of me that you are here?
That's fine.
But it's fine. Therefore, we are charitable. We are born for giving. When you give, you enjoy. Some of us will give freely. But if we come like it is arbitrary, it is a compulsory. Oh, you must do something before you pass. No, it doesn't work anyway.
It makes sense.
What did I say?
Makes sense.
Last time I said I went to Philippines. I bought a phone. When I was going out, I was dashing. And then Philippines, you see the private security with weapons, sidearms, or rifles, okay, or pump actions. You see them whether you're in a restaurant, whether you're in the malls, wherever you find yourself, you will see them. The private security supporting augmenting the main policing. You know, in Philippines, you don't see police. You can only see their car passing. It was at airport that I got to see the police, and they were, you know what they were wearing? They were wearing Lacoste, with their blue khaki trouser. Then they are kept. Then they've written the back police, and they kept police that you know. They are with their sidearms. But you see, when you dash them money, when I bought the phone finish, and the way you handle me, and he said no. He said there are cameras. No. He said no.
But Ghanaian police too say no.
He said thank you. Ghanaian police can't say no.
No. Say Philippines police. No. I'm telling you.
And you know Philippines is doing.
Ghanaian police will say no.
And you know Philippines is doing 24 hours. Maybe some. You know Philippines is 24 hours.
Philippines is one of the person.
Philippines they operate 24 hours because I got to Philippines. Was it 12 a.m.? I arrived in Philippines 12 a.m. And the car took me to Philippines station, filled fuel. But here, because of lack of security, by 10 p.m., 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., depending on which location you're operating, the fuel people they close down. So now that we are doing 24, I'm saying this, I'm driving at something. Now that we are in a serious 24-hour economy. I want to appeal to the IGP. If you think your men are short, just find ways and means to partner with the private security people, train the private security operators, use them to augment. Sure. Because if you go to the Philippines, they are carrying their Ghanaian shooting because they are well paid too. So I think if you train them, let's administer government to, because if government will have to have them to their side to augment security work, then we need to pay them well so that they don't use the guns, the sidearms to go and be robbing people in their homes.
So what is coming through now is that Ralph versus Rich, yes. Hospital issue. No? So committee reporter about currently is was a lady no nurse I said there was a dislocation of joint because Ralph Abono. The report says I don't know. So let me read that. So that one Rich Hospital assault. Nurse suffered no fracture or shoulder dislocation according to the committee. According to the committee.
No, but
they tell me PM was what to phone a trap. No, Mrs. Phone to me trenipa. A swire na a pie and a try was he try. And I'm saying here CCTV camera and a video.
And I say
okay, to my Facebook app, my patrol, I don't know at all. Okay, you have a video to it. My patrol, my yemo. Let's go and listen.
To have been physically attacked and was receiving care. The committee also visited the nurse in question, the rotation nurse, Miss Chuchu Rejoice, who was alleged to have been physically attacked and was receiving care at the hospital. When the committee visited, indeed, we saw the patient in bed. The document available to us from the medical record, as I already said, had no indication of fracture or dislocation of the said staff. And he has received some psychological support as well. The committee was able to chance on the specialist who also attended to her at the ward at the time we visited. And at that time, the staff had been discharged to go home and come for review. The committee also visited the nurse in question, the rotation nurse, Miss Chuchu Rejoice, who was alleged to have been physically attacked and was receiving care at the hospital. When the committee visited, indeed, we saw the patient in bed. The document available to us from the medical record, as I already said, had no indication of fracture or dislocation of the said staff. And he has received some psychological support as well. The committee was able to chance on the specialist who also attended to her at the ward at the time we visited. And at that time, the staff had been discharged to go home and come for review. The committee also visited the nurse in question, the rotation nurse, Miss Chuchu Rejoice, who was alleged to have been physically attacked and was receiving care at the hospital. When the committee visited, indeed, we saw the patient in bed. The document available to us from the medical record, as I already said, had no indication of fracture or dislocation of the said staff.
Ghana registered nurses and Midwives Association, almost secretary. I was one day on Ansah Babunsa, to one Kenya, same be Okurumanua, or no Kurekase, honorable Minta, Kando, or Cassie, a fool, or already. A dear no who ye, Ansana, Walker, and 2. Nessie, what dada or mining, and the laws of our country must deal with it. Me a lawyer now, and can remember Raf family lawyer. I'll have to sue them for defamation of character. No, I wouldn't advise that.
That's why you want he want the truth,
justice,
the instant justice. But let me say,
maybe you Christian
issues no koye or rich, and you rich one koye sad videos no, or a lot of places. And that day, who say okay, pass me by one day we can say the. Where the loud,
what should also happen to the secretary of Ghana nurses?
The loud noise that Raf yesterday done
2 minutes and come back.
Will probably disturb other people who were within the OPD. But the reality is true. I am even of the conviction that the minister should ban health workers from using mobile phones when they are on duty. Because if corporate, you can't hold your phone. You cannot take your phone. Even some hotels, go out, you kept your phone at the gate so that you can have 100% attention to. So deceiving the nurse, we knew very well that they just wanted to fabricate something so that people will crucify Raf. But on the most, I think the report has prevailed. So the nurse have deceived the whole Ghana and public officers. Because if the police officer had gone to arrest Raf and throw him to the jailer, like the IGP said, he's taking what? There's a prison car called the Reine Maria, or what you call it, to Akwetia. If the police had gotten wrapped that day, it's a prison on the wheel.
Yeah.
Prison on the wheel.
Yeah, prison on the wheel.
If they had gotten wrapped and thrown him into that jail, so I'm happy that the Minister of Health have gotten the committee, and the committee report has come to show that to vindicate him. The other aspect is that the General Secretary for the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association he's not professional. He's the minister should take action. And not only him. Sure. You know the president too declared the strike some time ago and jumped the plane and went out.
Yeah.
So I think they've seen probably Akanda is weak, but the way I know Akanda is not weak. Akanda maybe he just want to give them that humanly fatalism.
But your interview now, nurse,
have said
sorry, Chairman. Interview now nurse in the year with the media. But your person interview, no mame.
Yes.
You're born interview ni via your best committee report.
So the report is saying that nothing happened to them.
Come and lie to the whole country.
Dislocation.
No fracture.
They've gone to the hospital or the doctor that was treating him, even though she was discharged. The report doesn't show anything of that sort. So she just wanted to win sympathy, public sympathy. Then the general secretary also came rudely. The two of them, the general secretary and the president of the Ghana
Chief General Secretary.
These two people must be fired from the Ministry of Health.
Chief General Secretary like
for me, I don't countenance, and I think from now going, the Minister of Health should put his foot down. Because time I COVID medicine. Look at Scout Koto. Now my very good friend, the one that I cannot took over from. What's his name? Okoboy was there. They were not speaking like this to him.
Massacre on this one. In fact, we ain't cut off but they're fresh in we come back to the old top.
I say,
we best have
make sure man show it for me. A good say Ora Akando or setting up this particular committee, and more timeline. So within a month they should be able to finish and bring it back to him. Now, I think the secretary no crowd look at say because purely he was a political motivated. He's wearing a political shirt.
Minister Nakasi a full one.
Yeah, and a full one. Leadership is not about profession. Leadership is leadership.
Now, what do you mean saying a full man? What do you mean?
No, sir. Yeah, per se, we don't even want to go there.
You running them farmers?
No, we don't even want to even go there because, and moreover, no our Kasano, our secretary our Kasano. One, yeah, say only part aye idea. Yeah, you should. And come by nicely. You know why? What my background of what happened? Then Ghanaians will understand you. But over here, all the politics, political share no share no until no oil. So we don't have time for him. I believe a committee they are setting up no on be juma no but for me after this particular incident no the lady in question for lying to us and for making sure say obey controller chair no she should be
it's against the law.
Yeah, exactly. She has lied exactly and criminally motivated because I can wait Raf and Raf me honestly whatever has happened at the hospital no a idea amount for a complaint AC, but I would not entreat anyone to go violently and attack any professional. That one, no doubt about it.
More nurse no tape no.
No, let's the tape.
No. Me basically for ATRDB just a brief one. In fact, it wasn't part of our topic.
He came in. He wanted us to leave everybody and attend to him. So we explained to him.
Who?
Ralph.
Okay.
We explained to him. And then he was like, he wouldn't sit down. And my intern told him to get a card. A hospital card. Why should he get a hospital card? Because his name must be in the system. Once his name is tied in the system, it should everything should pop up. And my intern said, no, it's not done like that in Ghana. There he was angry because he was told it's not done that. That is not done in Ghana. And he started insulting us. We don't want Ghana to progress. Then he brought out the phone. But initially, I did a pressure dressing for him.
Okay.
In his finger that he said it was bleeding. It had bled. The blood had dried.
Okay.
So I just had to put a gauze on it so that we reassure him. He wasn't happy about it, so he took off the dressing I did for him.
Okay.
Then I approached him and I told him that I've done a dressing for you, so be patient. We have 2 trauma cases and other cases too are there. We want us to leave them. He got angry and he started yes. So he did this to me. And then when he went out, I don't know where the guys came from. Most of the health workers saw them earlier, so they had flee. I didn't see them. And then they, from my back to my chest, and then they were just...
Did they push you? Were you pushed? What did they do? What did they do to you?
Yes, I was hit. I don't know if it was a fist, a tap. I can't describe the...
But what happened to your hands?
Raphael, I don't know. Raph did this to me. He hit me with the phone with the fist. And I even dodged a couple of the fists. And they hit me
all over.
But right now I have a dislocation on my shoulder and some headaches and body pain.
Oh, thank you very much.
And to add up, he was telling us he will follow us to our homes and beat us. And take one life and...
The committee also visited the nurse in question, the rotation nurse, Miss Chocho Rejoice, who was alleged to have been physically attacked and was receiving care at the hospital. When the committee visited, indeed, we saw the patient in bed. The document available to us from the medical record, as I already said, had no indication of fracture or dislocation of the said staff. And he has received some psychological support as well. The committee was able to chance on the specialist who also attended to her at the ward at the time we visited. And at that time, the staff had been discharged to go home and come for review. The committee also visited the nurse in question, the rotation at the ward.
So very well. So it's established. Into many times, some makers are saying we will be. But the lady has deceived the whole nation. That useless secretary of Ghana registered and nurses when Midwives Association. Sakwad. Can you imagine? So I say you move behind waboy anymore 20 years. You're in a hospital, and he's still there. He's not. I don't know your nurse. Is he not a nurse? I'm a doctor.
My doctor.
Me na me trianeka. And he's daring me. And Mr. Minister, one man go so tiho. And now we need to make us way there. Such a useless talk, and he's there. So can you imagine for Otudako is sick? Now no yet me doctor and I'm a nurse. Obekumi, and such a person is there, Mr. Akando. When so and you say. No, Debbie. Oh, you're a fantastic man. But in your one when you win the Becca say, Obey, not let's say, heaven. What is it? He should get out. If he cannot work, serious people should come. Maybe the if he inform you, man.
Because he's a health worker. He's not supposed to track people.
Oh, boss! Ghana Health Service, Crampo, a minister as you. Now, to meet Papa and say,
I come on every nurse.
And this is one guy every father for.
So, when you're bad, you say,
oh, no.
Don't call father for. Of course, when the business professor, because we are farmer.
No, but see, if I'm minister, and I'm not. But the minister come you medi. They can't be here. I'll never think twice.
That's straight away.
Man, you medi. You do what insubordination?
You don't deserve to be there.
Man, you medi.
They are say Obi declare strike no or jump into.
They have used this nest and disgrace.
No respect.
I'm gonna share nest here. Kasi. You see how when you go ase.
Well, Obi go teach you kasi dislocation. You got a dislocation no. It was somebody. I think the voice is be a man.
Somebody mentioned it.
The woman to say dislocation. That's all. He will get me dislocation. I don't think he.
Mr. Akando. My mama 90%. And you wanna be away.
You ever support no?
But Mr. Rao, crack the ship.
Yes.
Senior, let's come back to young couples. And Takra, why are you more pot? Better 10 years, Anna?
No, 21 years.
21 years.
I've been a fit forwarder for 21 years. Yeah, I completed my first school in 2006.
21 years.
School of Aviation and Professional Studies. 21 years.
At the port.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And my appointment at President Bay.
No, you're bomb. I also say no. You're bomb. You're Juma. Yes, you're Juma. You're 90 appointment.
Debbie.
Exactly. And a party no. He say here. A party no. Assume pay for be akwa buy.
That's right. Inti mu na mo kwa be ha.
Inti party no so.
Exactly. Inti ye bi ne bi su koshim.
Exactly. Inti party na say jira yi.
That's right.
What I say because inti mo mu na nko yes sir.
Ebe ha dwene.
And before
you are right.
You are right. Yes, you are grounds. So we are just doing the.
Timato, you are grounds. So why?
Tiana.
Why?
You have a problem. Yes,
yes, now.
No, my friend.
Yes, just now. You come here. No, but I am for what you
are. Over power. More party now. Some yes, I'm going say yes. I think honestly, I'll be so frank and so factual. Because you have a Pajuma or more, you know, advocacy or master, you know, I've followed him for a very long time now. And I always say, in your Nisolibe tray or portoir, things will change. Because in your noir, now, Oshe gift and a Kubaga. Now, I'm going to talk about Mujina, which is Ghana Institute of Faith Forwarders. A Juma, you know, and your Mojuma, and a Somoye, and a Kubaga, Juma, and Somoye, and a Papai, a factory so all year. And honestly, for years now, ne kasa ne fight ni na edubodama a reform the port and in importers exporters no especially no omanya more reforms through his single-handedly or advocating a lot of rots.
Yeah, he's no say
anypa there when you are from afar and you like the person, you always want to meet him, and when you meet him you need to tell him what you have thought. But in yeah, or maybe or only baby I'm on
fire.
I said, what the medal I say now, Uncle Suno Onye. Now a lot of him will come after him because we've learned a lot from him.
Great.
Yeah.
Teacher man, we are commending.
But the issues that are raised, I saw.
True, say, law no or say 21 days. Now, are the goods now or can some perishable goods? And we all know, factual say, perishable goods no, you can't allow it to be at the port for 60 days.
Okay.
Charges refer or extra charge. And the port as well, we receive containers every single day. Huge sums of containers are they receive every day. And our reefer yard is not much. we have a limited reefer yard in Ghana. And you know, say reefer, the entire say reefer no, and yet just a normal container. Reefer container no, it take energy, which is they plug it always with electricity. So reefer container no electricity. So it is a perishable good. So it comes with a different condition. Because normal containers, no, we give them up to 60 days. Normal containers are only 60 days, but we can't give them that 60 days.
Is it because of the size? Because then if they plug here, that's all plug it, say, for instance, 21 days, now per extra 1 week, and they plug in 30 days.
Yes. So the way can I say?
Okay.
Right now, no, I'm just giving you basis of why it is so. But the concern no, laudable because we are in a situation whereby we are tackling our forex problem. We are tackling our economic problem. So with that, no, advantage because I idea now it is the right time and it is laudable. It is good. I think say going forward, no government and check now on making sure say days need there or betting the VI which is laudable at least 21 days. Or if they get almost 30 days, additional 7 days. But on condition, say, they have their document. But so follow or concern now. Me, I'm just asking questions, and we need to ask questions. My first question I will ask, they say, forex. No, currently we are told, say, you don't need physical forex, a bank-to-bank transfer. You don't need it physically in your hand. It is bank-to-bank transfer that you do the transfer. So at what point, with your good documentation, would you be waiting to get those forex from Bank of Ghana? If your bank is a very reputable bank in Ghana, I found that particular place because
I can come in.
Oh, you can come. You can come in as well, so that it will give us a very good you can come in now, so that give us a very good.
So for education, say medical I can say frozen industry, no, not all the frozen industry, but on this case, no, we are discussing the frozen issue.
Yeah, we should talk about the perishable goods.
Goods. To the extent that they built the trust by their suppliers. They ordinarily, before you ship cargo or buy goods from your supplier, I say we are the country.
Sure.
Ansah na also luru nema.
Sure.
But because of that trustworthiness and business built on trust, they have confidence that Ghanaians business people
Chairman, we intervention into 1 minute.
I say in advance.
So what
okay. And so once the cargo arrives, there are certain documents that you probably will pass BUE and other things to go and show customs. This is the goods.
Sure.
I bought it. I'm to pay. I will have to go and pay duty to it.
Sure.
But before I'll pay duty and take it as my own, I assume to supplier and scan.
Sure.
Then the supplier can say only fiscal
Sure.
It is from the same your bank to his bank.
Exactly.
Here is the case that if I put the cedis into my bank account and say transfer $40,000 or transfer $50,000 to pay this account, the bank, the commercial bank will come back and tell you that they do not have the forest. And so they can only get the forest from Bank of Ghana before they can sell you. That's it. So not that there's no document, there are documents, but the commercial banks are not getting the forest.
Yeah. So you see, the reason why I ask this question is that I'm not for Abontiho. I'm not going to find Nasema can say I'm part of kind dollar no omu machinizing or like omu ye bibi nti I call like there is dollar in the system.
Okay.
The only truth is documentation. I'm not for a quality so. Aya masisi ano ye pese ye streamline to say here enu kwa say here dollar wo nsem. That is it. Nti ade na ekoso no resetting agenda to make sure say obi antime fa bibia keke enkonya dollar. We want to make sure say businesses know
so they can verify.
Yes. So that is what I'm
yes. They can cross check to find out that is it true? Exactly. Is this a bank to bank communication?
Exactly.
So they can easily and then there are certain specific documents that
yes,
you have requested for.
Exactly. So that is what exactly to be person Ghana for say Nana Ejuma no the entire Bank of Ghana yes I juma we dey say nkwan bibi no so no amafo fa ekwa bi so transfer sika omu ni
money laundering.
Yes, omu ni documentation ka ho inti na yes I juma. So I believe say moving for because Bank of Ghana government.
So like it's more of their strict proving the whole way.
Yes. So Bank of Ghana government I assure all importers, ni exporters say oh transaction kwa dia you will be able to do it within few days. But omu concern no is welcome. And I think the government will move forward because it's essentially John Ramani Mahama. Aka say exports and imports now any the most thing are only in the especially the exports. So I think say with their concern they should be able to work within 7 days and make sure say but for if that concern still insists there, then giving them an extra 7 days will not be a bad thing. But for me, what I know is say Bank of Ghana governor and my assurance say when the banks produce documents and have facts and proof say it is true that you need to pay that amount of money and your containers are in Ghana, you will get it done.
There are documents. Yes, there are documents at the commercial banks, various commercial banks level. If the Bank of Ghana also want to confirm, they can also send their staff to go to the.
Yeah, that's actually what they are doing now.
Refer container yard.
That's what they are doing now.
Actually check if this because if I'm submitting document including bit of lading, definitely the container number will be quoted there.
Yeah, sure.
The seals number will be quoted there.
Sure.
The shipping line that brought the container will be stated there.
Sure.
The agency that is hosting it will be stated there.
Sure.
So there are so many ways of checking to authenticate
exactly
the truth owner of the cargo. But however, once it is not, you've not paid, it can now be transferred to your name. You know about that?
Oh yeah, I know.
Because you have to amend it.
You need to get the bill of lading. Yes. Yeah, because before you get a bill of lading, and most of the time, because when you do a crowd, you don't need the bill of lading to clear your goods over here. You don't need master bill to clear your. You call something at the port. We call something telex release, where you will be there. So far as what your car or confirm, and that's why we're submitting an original bill or the terminal outside terminal. No, then you just have a release whereby you don't have an original bill, but you can clear your goods and the telex.
He was holding it in trust.
In trust. That's so we call that one telex release. So for me, I believe whatever concern they have, it is welcome. It is up to us to make sure that we work on it and ask the governor of Bank of Ghana that what is wrong with the banks? Why are the banks not being able to release the funds? Because are the banks really working together or working very well under the Bank of Ghana government? Because don't forget, say this review or this reset, banks may be they are not happy at all with it because they are part and parcel of the reason why $1 no cost because that is their work.
If you could direct
exactly. So in this case, no, whichever banker or sabotage this particular laws or ideas, no, should be punished. And you see them guys investigation last
week we called Bank of Ghana no and two now you know that I went to Bank of Ghana. I paid a credit call to them.
Yes,
it made me to understand that Bank of Ghana can only supplement to the commercial bank. What they do, they call it supplementary, and that the commercial bank also have their own licenses, which they have given, the Bank of Ghana have given to them to also source their own forests. And the area they expect them to source is if they have, the banks have big commercial organizations, i.e. the mining companies that are saving their dollars, i.e. those who are doing investment and then remittances and other stuff like that. And the Bank of Ghana also made us understand that when they did their own checks, they realized that people are over withdrawing dollars, millions of dollars, which shouldn't be. Because you and I, if you go to the bank today to say we are taking dollars, we can only take only 10,000 or its equivalent. The rest, you have to put documentation and transfer.
Sure.
So how come that one comes to withdraw cash? So what it means that people deliberately go to withdraw, waiting the city to depreciate, then they'll push it in and make millions of dollars.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So thanks so much. So it's what after you get the point over. So researching agenda no and easy. Remember with strict decision or strict punishment and other stuff. One guy's always Philip importers and exporters no. And I'm happy to say what you can say importers no omani aje. Nema no atisu hwe boom. And exporters no na omo on feel happy because they say almost like so at Accra because of Ghana city now gaining strength no. But in all no, me my Bank of Ghana governor what man yet say all the banks no he will be able to make sure say Omusabeka yes Omoka because just last month I think they requested for 300 million and Omunya I think 100 or so million Omunya. So for me yen train within the month no what reporter Bank of Ghana Edibeba out but before that no I think say omo concern with the perishable goods no from the 21 days no but now no aside that no so I think say the 21 days is okay for them or 30 days because now it is
if the forest is available
yes
for the people to pay they will not come and ask more than for studies or whatever
sure
but because the forest is not available you put in the documentation the bank comes back say look I'm waiting for my bank of Ghana we go to do the bidding but waiting for Bank of Ghana to supply
now we are talking about that's what I'm saying that's now we are talking about most of the banks no are not cooperating most of the banks no are not they are not doing what they're supposed to do because they don't want it to work. The policy that is coming to work.
But how would Bank of Ghana make a decision?
The bank say they will not cooperate. I wonder. That's what I don't know. But
no, boss.
I doubt.
But they can be sanctioned if they have the forest and they are not.
Is it that Bank of Ghana? So is it that Bank of Ghana? Yeah, why? Because then if Bank of Ghana are taking decision with the policy about,
they will have to comply.
Now we comply. It should shape up your compliance.
So if they don't bring that report. Like the complaint that is coming.
No, I told the Bank of Ghana.
But they should have people.
Wednesday, I told the Bank of Ghana on this issue.
That is what I'm talking about. That
I told the Bank of Ghana.
It is his initiative that will make them be aware of what is going on the ground.
How?
Okay, thank you very much. One, ono importer. And I already ne bank ne bibiaba. Omo dollar. But what catch us only $1 for the 3 days no $3 when you be because they want to give it to him at a price. Don't forget say who you share no one when you have because already container. So now any advice say call allow you call see how call.
Yes, I will say we want allow you to be streamlined.
I don't know whether you understand me.
Yes.
Inti anything make us say I'm not saying it on authority. But I'm just giving you.
But for me, I told the Bank of Ghana they are benefiting from the allergy. The because if you put the allergy, you won't get it at 11 cities. You will get a probably 12 or something.
Yes.
Or 13 cities.
It's a no bank no demand allergy.
Can you mention one bank that is?
No. You also.
That is doing what? One bank that is doing what? That is treating with allergy.
Yes.
Oh, but the banks themselves tell you to go to allergy.
Which bank?
And you know that your container is going. Then my people are not complaining.
Two of you here. Which bank told you?
Let me help you.
Sakra,
let me tell you something. Do you know why I will not give you the answer?
Because you don't have.
I know I'm here. I'm here. See, where is the label?
See you label the phone. I'm not sponsoring.
It is our bank. Remember the different sponsor. But the name of the maybe go make sure say name away. No boy for. Me who take him no give me the sakata label also.
But and the more lesson no, the chairman should be clear too. If it is bank to bank transfer, you don't need BOG to transfer money. Hello.
Yeah, also he has explained it.
The provincial banks the BOG trade directly with the business community. But the BOG give the forest to the commercial banks.
Okay.
And the commercial banks then trade with you.
So the commercial banks.
So I'm not saying the BOG will give them direct. No, that's not what I said.
Okay.
But if you submit your documentation to the commercial banks, they now tend to tell you that they have taken your documents to go to BOG to bid. They bid and so they are waiting for the forest to be given to them through BOG. Then they cannot serve you. So he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, moving forward. No, I think now the 24-hour economy. With the 24-hour economy, no. One, Golden Jubilee, I started 24-hour economy.
Okay.
For the past years, we've been advocating for Jubilee to do it. They are now working on it. MPS no more that. And say refired Pema 3 inside the port 24 hours. Now I did back when you say now Chama CTSB now they are working 24 hours.
Yes.
It's a 24-hour
the president 24 hours
your values at any time be able to your values. Yes, they are working. And ICOMS no. I think the government should look into ICOMS. We can't be working and you will tell me that your network is not good. As at now, their network is not network. The whole 3 days, I'm going to be cut off.
How?
Oh, I'm being honest with you.
ICOMS.
Yes. So I've done the inquiries.
Yes.
You know, I've done the inquiries, And the issue is that icons, or when GCNet and Westblue used to work with 68 or 60 something institutions.
They took over from
GCNet. Yes. But now suddenly the icon system is hooked to over 200 and plus agencies working. All are working on the system.
So
including 200 plus.
It's okay.
Then including freight forwarding, who are also working, because I'm going to say the institutions that also go to the ICOM system to do their work.
Sure.
So in the daytime like this, the traffic is very huge.
Sure.
And because of that, the ICOMs are building another data site in Kumasi. And I'm told that probably this week or next week thereabout, or this month, and then that site should be up and running, so that it will be able to contain. But I do know that when in the morning to 12, sometimes the network is very slow, which I will continue to push ICOM's team to say that they should be able to work.
I heard of Corporate Communications, Ghana Port and Harbors Authority. Na yini komunfa 24-hour operation. Briefly na mesam refi. Hello Delali.
Hello.
Pom to saying.
Yeah, me adum na moshe.
Na kopon adum etu nkache.
No.
Very well. Maybe some question maybe. Na minim say 24-hour operations. Ashase gidi Port and Harbor. Ede na menimeti phone mahefo ibetimi ehunu. Afasa enhihye na hefa ana sa adwuma ne koso emfaso dia ede brain na yenkuyane
me da se me fa kwanya wiso atia wetifo nyina ana se wetifo enewia we omutie Accra100.5FM. First of all, okay, say prior to the 2024 elections, one of Insema President John Dramani Mama Kai, a flagship policy was the 24-hour economy. I mean, Yameya Duma, President Mama, you're swearing in as a president. I mean, one of the things Okan is a 24-hour economy, a best started our Ghana Port and Harbor Authority, specifically or mentioned Tema Port and Takoradi Port. And see, what the ports near led by the Director General, Brigadier General Seydou Tani Kulunu, was to put a team together. As our team was headed by the Director of Port, lawyer Tibon Zuma. So, we will put measures in place to ensure that the 24-hour economy,
okay.
So what we did was to engage the stakeholders, because in the Asma can say when you are outside the port, say anything that happens at the port, Ghana Port and Harbor Authority. But Obaha, one of the things I will appreciate is Ghana Port and Harbor Authority, a landlord. So for instance, Obaha when say Food and Drugs Authority Wahanam, Standard Authority Wahanam. You have an instances custom, that is the custom division of GRE, or Wahanam, Ghana Health Services, Wahanam. So a lot of stakeholders, the freight forwarders are also part of it because they are critical stakeholders. Ghana Association of Industry, almost a critical. So all the critical stakeholders in Wahanam. So what we'll do is in the past, I believe it's one Kasana Kasan, you made reference to the Golden Jubilee Terminal. Mekaise Tamana me Baba wedding, that was in 2023. Menyomani Bedru port. I mean during the weekend, Medina and Clay. I'm talking about souvenirs now. But I believe it's so be a Baba wedding, now in Yomani Bedru port, or if you are Saturday. It doesn't matter the time, the person can play it. And then first Kaba Golden Jubilee Terminal, a port 10 o'clock, no mapon. Won't mean clear car, won't mean clear goose. But then I mean Chadia. And now measures that was put in place in it. And about 2 a.m., about 1 a.m., about 3 a.m., just like recently, Commissioner General and Granty and interview say, as at 2 a.m., over Golden Jubilee Terminal, you can clear the fence or cars or call transit. Any activities are happening during the daytime. And then because of 24-hour economy, the same activity is being replicated during the night. So what is basically the 24-hour is
Accra100.5FM.
First, it happens at the port, any of the terminals. Either about 5 or Mapon, about 10 o'clock or Mapon. And then that particular activity has been extended. That any time that you come, our person or clear goods and I want to take that particular activity, it can happen because of the 24-hour economy. I listened to one of Nkofano Mokasa with respect to some of the challenges when they specifically made reference to ICOMS. I mean, these are some of the challenges that is being worked on. These are some of the challenges being worked on. You started 24-hour economy, even some of your pilots here, you started. There were a couple of challenges. Initially, it was difficult to have all the stakeholders reporting on time. But as we speak now, there has been a major improvement because you see now, the 24-hour economy have come to stay. And for that matter, any critical agency or involved when it comes to the operations of the port are getting involved to ensure that the 24-hour economy is working and working effectively.
I'm told by Mpenyufo Omo port for a long time, sir. In terms of security, there is an adjono krano. It is an opeviana, so I'll not go there. But idea back way of concern, you say. What clear ugus na wienua what ye sin crime on so and yes we dey see road that walk on to your destination. How safe are you say any man now they kono say be could do as some dream you not be harassed because then operations will now be in the deep night, for instance say be a McLean around 1 a.m. 2 a.m. Mexico security presence the same kusi baby a mede call.
In fact, it was one of the issues I believe even the freight forwarders and other stakeholders raised about the issue about security. And so I believe even one of the stakeholders here, you have been meeting was the police service. Because when it comes to security, beyond the port, to say all kinds when it comes to the port, Agapoa security is present. But going outside the port, measures when you put in place to deal with the security issues. Which I believe there was an engagement with the Tema Regional Police Command, which was escalated to the internal, the Inspector General of Police and the top hierarchy of the Ghana Police Service to ensure policy start, one critical component of this policy, say this offer security within the port and its environment, and even abra time move or more container to its final destination. So the police have also given us the assurance, say as part of government policy, their visibility and to make sure they provide the necessary security to ensure that whilst we are implementing the 24-hour economy at the port, security will not become a counterproductive. I best say the 24-hour economy. So I believe there was a high power engagement between the port authority. The Director General was part of the meeting. Other stakeholders were part of the meeting, and the Ghana Police Service.
Okay, very well. Well explained. Me pacho chairman. Ansah na baby say mami mi say we. Me pacho like.
Chairman, I win go better na.
Me pacho say.
Chairman, I win go better one na.
I chairman I win go bet. Ewa.
That chairman the main issue asa.
I want to share wow. Lighting system. What is saying? Because na say me be complaining kakra say and I know sum kakra ho. I hope say kwanso. Lighting system to saying.
Oh, yeah, started when we started the 24-hour economy, one of the things here, even before the piloting, specifically we call Golden Jubilee Terminal, is to ensure GPH engineers, in terms of illumination and lighting system, there was a massive improvement as far as the lighting system is concerned. The core transit terminal, there were a bit of challenges, but that one has also been worked on. But like we always say, there's always a room for an improvement. Once we implement a policy, there's always what we call teething challenges. I believe as time goes on, where there are challenges with respect to the lighting system, there will be a massive improvement as far as the lighting system. But what I know is before I bear piloting, other stakeholders, the custom were there, GPHA were there, the freight forwarders, Mr. Ajokache, they all had a representation there. Yesterday, where the challenges were there, we're able to deal with some of them. And as we go on, where there are supposed to be an improvement now, we'll work towards that.
Very well. Me for the explanation, sir.
Tamaringo bet say mefre.
Na me dey on frame me.
Oh, mefre.
Chairman no kasa.
Me di.
Chairman.
Eminia.
Chairman mefre.
Fact, my doom the chairman in America. The Lally said a head of corporate communications, Emma Ghana Port and Harbour Authority, and Aisha Muntari, and so adding the message about Yanumuni didn't come over Kane so Hanum and the Moles, and so message one Efo Yesuto, and so thanks for joining. Dari Dayagri, so good evening, and Kakra Bedu. Say happy birthday to Bobie. Okay, I see you. The Lahamod, and so the message. Maxwell, I see you. Or Sam Prempe, Serenity McCarthy, Engineer Shamaba, Ambrose Kwabena, and so Ewahanum, Sani Kose, and so adjoining Acoustic, the Baka, Desmond Agri, Irene Becon Vivian, upon one Modino, but Trudina, Yakronejo, Sakra Al Hassan, Ekasa Mendy Sofia, Samson Achama Vengobet, and so exporters and importers president.
we
need to
now me can icons asem no and a chairman ebe my figures.
So I was saying that that issue, that icon issue,
chairman, that is clear. So let's
yeah, so icons no, I think say excuse on what my say after no build on data then it's not an excuse because say a delay importers and exporters no they
and do they compensate you?
They don't compensate anyone. You delay or delay. What you say, and I think so that is what they have to do. The government has to take care of that particular place and work on it because I believe say ICOMS alone cannot even handle the port because you can't tell me say just 200 people, just 200 agencies, just 200 agencies. You can't
very small.
No. You can't just tell me that. And don't forget, say they don't operate from Ghana. Their main server is from Korea. They are operating in Korea.
Yeah, but it's a web-based system.
That is what I'm saying. That
it's a web-based system.
The only thing that has made me mute, and it says, Chemaka say, database war, Kumase.
Yes,
that is why I want to see because they are operating from Korea.
Their partners are from Korea. That is the truth of it. The partners,
the service is here in Ghana.
No, wait.
No, tell me, you come in later, but them just
it's a service that they are providing.
Chama, you come in later. Don't worry. Don't worry. My issue is that ICOMS alone can't handle the pressure. So they prove to us that they can handle it. As at now, you can't be there and say with Alapa the network is not good, so we should wait in the evening. The 7 days that you are talking about, 3 days, who is going to pay the demurrages? They are making things uncomfortable at the port, and we have to talk about it because more agents are complaining, importers are complaining. ICOMS is not helping at the port.
So
what I say?
The complaint here in Nana or to the complaint is that is why you have to reach out. Just like I issued a statement and you asked me, have you reached out to the government? What are government response? Isn't it? That is how we have to tackle issues. I have personally asked. In fact, this afternoon, if I show you my phone, I've sent a message to Nick because a company called me and said by
Chairman, why are you holding brief for them?
No, I'm showing something.
Are you there?
No, wait, I'm showing something.
CEO of ICOMS.
No, wait, I'm showing something. It's true.
He's an importer.
As he's raising.
No, hold on. He's an importer.
No, he's a free forwarder.
Okay, very well.
Let me say
free forwarder.
And the same thing for no complaint. I'm not right holding brief. Listen to me. Yeah. It's true that the system wasn't working. You see, it's not working.
Not today.
I'm saying
for the whole week.
This is what they said to me. You know, all the agents when they get issues.
Chairman, is it true that the system is not working for a whole week?
It's not the whole week.
Not the whole week, but ups and downs within.
Exactly. And then I made my verifications, and I've just explained that daytime, and he knows daytime the traffic is very, very huge, and that is why they are building their second data center in Kumasi to beef up what is happening.
Their first data center.
And they have to do. We told them that you cannot compromise.
My issue that Chairman should understand one thing. My issue is that we don't have to take that excuse that they are now building a data center in Kumasi. The truth is that, are you capable of doing the work? as of now, they've shown that they are not capable of
Is it
doing
the first time it's happening?
No, this is not the first time. I see we passed through more. It's not. This is not the first time. We are Unipass. We have GCNet. No, you see, all those things we know what is going on. But the truth is that when importers and exporters, all they want is good service.
Between GCNet, and ICOM, what they all move for 21 years. Chairman, president for you. Osha, the other na a better kakra.
No, for now I won't go there. I'm just trying to build a point. I won't go there.
You know,
that's which one is better. I won't go there.
You have to be emphatic on this issue. You know, ask a direct question because people are listening.
Yes, sure.
Let me say emphatically that during the time of GCNet and West Blue, when the system is down, you ask GCNet will say no, it's not from outside, it's from West Blue. When you call West Blue, they will say, oh, it's not from outside, it is GCNet. But this from Z A to Z. As is emphatically pointing finger at ICOMs. And I can tell you, and you ask ICOMs when they came, they have really reduced the time of working in the port. The clearest time which we used to process the document.
The matter under contention is no reduction of time.
No.
The matter under contention, chairman. But speak relative to the matter under contention.
It's a system. Even I sat in your studio.
But they should provide good system.
I even sat in your studio here.
Yes.
My network was not working.
Yes. So blame us. So if your network is not, why can't you? You should blame.
If look, they are using service.
Or blame the network.
Exactly. They are using Vodafone.
Chairman, I'm coming.
They are using MTN.
Chairman.
They are using Airtel.
Chairman.
And even in this country, most of the times when the system, because they be working. If they are not working, I will take them on.
Chairman.
Time down.
Chairman.
They cannot run away.
Chairman, I'm coming. Chairman. You see. I have.
You will break in so
So no, you know, like what I'm saying is the 24-hour economy, no, there, it is welcome. See. It is one of the best initiatives ever at the port.
Yeah, show now in English in Timbacho Pini no.
Yes. I'm fine chain. I said chairman the number for Sam.
Nana somewhere that's.
Nana. ICOMs, media, Maka. They should step up their game because for the past 2 weeks it is on and off. Omoba no mako. Importers
and wakanomati.
Yes. Exporters. Yes. Into the strong, they should up their game. Because ultimately, Nkase, you are going to work 24 hours. Now one particular system
about 30, 24 hours.
Exactly. Yes, strong. The 24-hour economy is the best thing to come now. Yeah, enjoying the year.
That's it.
Because we can't say yeah, and don't want to say they run a duty also, which is your phone so. 2 a.m. over to your duty, 1 a.m. over to your duty. So the importers and clearing agents are happy at the port. In the best
from
Kama. In the port was the first now Golden Jubilee and GPH on port. Not one container any in the whole day. And now pressures are bahobio. And no economy running a home for so and so Oman for Niaje.
That's right.
Obama bibia hi ha and now no tesa e de no biom. First, now obako one day. Now only one container ni, but right now no kwa a lot of containers are being so the 24-hour has come and it is working and I believe say nema say aban importers and exporters so many Belgian I think say we will do it and do it well for them. Yes.
Yanko the second topic yanko akwetia mesha akwetia na say efru so preparations at the same
I think say you better in pay for you say omani ewo akwetia pa omo bo adwuma na before say me bounce me da police for us. I think say 8 people are more far more ablekumano or my 10 mama you say court dear some no ye I think say the more grant your bill cry or muguso or so I think say that for that one no ama it's a hopes number say securities no obey juma awo akutia na yen pay for no be do ma say if you can say yen pay for cry I think say earlier on no boy chief of staff Ura Julius Debra oko tie eko chair nananom eko bisa omo hia de amo niema Accra100.5FM ema mpinfo so editu nanim na ye papa FN chairman general so alcohol no ye ejuma de e form. I always say the work is on the ground and people are working. Okay, youth for so say youth for a solid campaign akutia be obia ho owura yamin ho owura bandi ho obia ho.
Yeah, Mustafa is really working.
Yeah, my boss owura akogan ho omo ye ejuma omo bo ejuma. And I think say akutia for air cars and I think say yemfa yenu nko ho according to them no my ye blue blue but blue no ye no for a while ni na no nya development bia but ye green mienu bi hu development ho it is how green no e no mo pay because green say green no e tied the development no eba akutia. Now this time around no say yes NDC ni no mo de naba say ombe represent omo na ombe can be mamu parliament ombe nya bibi efiri ho na omo nim say definitely no in the next 3 years the development na beba no can we be capture. This is the time omo de the good representative no ebeba na me the only thing I make catch Ghana for say police for amayaya aware say to trust them they are not entertaining it. Now what I say what the wow security betu nsem no aba ho.
So ya jema no.
Yes, oba betu police for ho. Mati say ama for kasa no say na MPP for say on pese police ni bi oba ho bia on fa the tag monobo empacho ne chrome high chrome police on from tag mo bodada.
Ye bi ebo ha.
Ndi I question me I find it funny say
so more time no de bi ko operation ti time to ka say sana mo be
e ma hu say opposition e na say bi adwene ba omuti enti nya botre enya afi na ba kire o adwen
MPP what power no ana police for be say no fa target
exactly enti afi de yes because ena say na una ba okro no nti only tactics ni na but yet we've given the police a free role. They should work we NDC ni now bekwa akutia akwa to trust them aban ni obedi wo ho
already same microphone na Ablekumanov ebikwa to trust them omachi
yes we MPP now aban bedi wo. We should understand one thing, say politics is our development. Politics enye hooliganism, politics enye to trust them. Let's fix fact. NDC babamu because you catch a Ghana for the kind of development you pese ediba and nothing amount for 2 abama NDC no. And see, that is happening because of enam nyoma ye ni maboni nyoma ye nti. I no mu dream say that is the same thing we are going to know. Say ye pese ye tro mo and say pese ye tro mo small thing. They will run away from the country.
At you Accra.
Ye tro mo bi kakra ho. Yes. At you Accra tro mo bi kakra ho. Say pese tro mo bi kakra ho. They will run away from Ghana. But like you said, we have a president like His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. If not His Excellency President John Mahama, nema na ewo ya adwum, ewo emu, ye extraction no mo de die, ne boni o mo de die no, ye ka se ye ya. By the they will not even talk. I'm being honest with you, but penyi a ye wo. They say penyi otene fie man kwawe na nka no, ibu na nkawe fo a oka ho. And until His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, aka che in plain say the second coming year obey, he has a purpose and he wants to fulfill a purpose. And that is the reason why he doesn't want us to do anything. He wants to change the face of politics. He wants to change how people see politicians. The amount for politicians, or change the narrative. That is why he brought the resetting agenda. And because of that, and among some of us and the great people are doing. So, yanko peacefully. But what will you now? Why you say, "Oh no, ya ajimano, brabiti"? We will show you where the real ajima is. But for us, we trust the police, and we know they will do a very good job. Whether police, whether military, whether if I say national service, how do you call it?
National security.
National security, we don't have a problem. The only thing is that we say what the people of Akutia should say, what development are here, and put to Akutia for here, any obi obeshemra papa ama akutia no eno ne yedi kwa komo mu and we've told akutia for ya cho mu in the last 8 months niema is John Dramani Mahama aye niema also obeye ena niema waye they say it kwa akutia ne akutia for mpacho onye mu ba money ya jo mu ilebi
enjo
you think say akutia no no onim the better oje dollar esia ohun de akọ otofuo
petrol cra
yes,
and lord fair credit
so basically the people of Akutia understand
they say a brand 1,002 no about 500 or say
so what you know
yeah ana
yes you know
yes that be say me name well I'm papa ba
so Akutia for Ghana
yeah
Akutia for Philly Ghana situation
no fire
so they know and they understand and about what is a reflection of how you feel.
That's right.
It is a reflection of how you feel. You guys are continuing on try 11. No, they will go green, and Akutia is green because how you know green. But I
think NDC will challenge Accra Achimwenchi. I don't know if you have studied that.
Which challenges is that?
Omo Yankrufa say. The tray from for ni
no sir eno na omo
some ko sia wo ho ene ne ko din komode but
no na me
say me achi ni so ni
yeah me tia say ena me tia say say he sa ye di achi me fuma no ene Ashanti region po aye the headquarters no you break that barrier
yes anyways
so what I say na free food bridge yeah na say ya no food bridge Aka Rasta man yes bridge Shako yeah bridge idea here assemblyman ejuma what I say
but that kind of bridge yes
no relax no me person me chewa idea bi
okay
bridge idea here idea aka obi a bridge ma wa
here but it's maybe a less
two so west okay say here bridge here you can Ashanti region and you talk of bridge. It's but I'm telling you what it's so I didn't hear put to say bridge they are happy why because yes and for just 1 week in a few months and it shall say now people are no longer looking at the Fuma. People are looking for people who will bring betterment to them. Upgrade life and amount for exercises here. And you'll be amazed, say, Ashanti region, no, Obia Kabuma, Omubwa regional minister, or young.
I'm working
and then over sorry, no, crown Christ. I'll because politicians when you only cry as I say, now we are changing the face of politics, say, and Yahuma so, any hand time, and the dear politics. Because yenya penyi bia na oya homaso ya hantan a opposition into this time around the youth are all out no enya afi ne ba be ya hantan ni dwe eni ahomaso you are there for the people ye nipa ejuma enipa ho ejuma no ese obro ho ase ntina ise John Dramani Mahama say ejuma na dia ma no enye say you are coming there to occupy space but you are coming there to solve problems for the people who are be boa ayi ejuma and Akutia for eweni omo aso omo tie omo hwe and they feel it
who follow a swing constituency
sure
more of
and
the mamu susu say you are taking the seat
and enye bete enye baby ayekọ akwa som ne asje aba dabi ekono anu odin yes but ejuma no amana yemre Ejumanu amana yemre Accra ya den say
ejuma ben
he says John Dramani Mahama ejumani nhyehyaya wa ya to ho it has make it so easy for us to go into the wilderness and take the battle. The battle is of the Lord.
Will you be surprised if you lose that seat?
I will never be surprised.
If you lose?
I will not be surprised. But we are not losing. So how can we?
So conditional clause. That's what I say.
That's what I say. That's your if has come. Yes, I will not be surprised with your if. But we are not losing.
Okay.
Look, Ejuma Excellency John Dramani Mahama in the last 7 months. No, trust me.
You win.
We win the seat. If we don't win this particular seat, then it is a call to us to really look at election in Ghana here.
Oh, how? You have 184.
We don't have 184, please.
What say?
We don't have 184. We have 188, please. Please.
No, Mr. NDC.
Yes, we have 188. Go and check, please.
How did you get?
You are a professional journalist. Go and check. 188.
Moment City 184.
You say you're 188. Go and check.
Independent. No, when you talk about majority group in 188, but I'm talking about NDC, Momo seat. It used to be 183. And Amunya Blekumanov, right? And about 84. That made you a supreme party. Yeah. So I'm saying, we near a case.
No, are you telling me, people of Akutiano, Omun pay development? Exactly, so we did it. Okay. Any single person in Ghana here needs a research agenda. In TSA, enough for now, can please say no for
Tabraba.
Yes, a so be a
no here.
Hold I could say for no for no. Jefferson, no for the account.
Politicians, they are so for the new for him.
Oh,
politicians.
Sometimes you
but officer, I'm called chairman.
I could tell you,
okay,
and they be here.
But we are sure, say NDC will win.
Oh, and I'm sure.
We are sure.
Who tell me?
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if we don't win.
Yeah. Because Juma GMI That's right. That's right.
Yes, I join into Koka and yet. What I say?
And Cabo want to send microphone. Like you guys are united.
Oh yeah. Men call for crowd. The only campaign against your grounds. No, me say. Yeah, for parliamentary candidate or contesting last election. And the lawyer, I constituency secretary no. Or no be two no.
Yeah.
Nti ye kontokwa.
Accra100.5FM.
Abato ene yeko. Ene ya open nomination.
And lawyer akofa. Say democracy.
And we are kono o me 3. And we win. It doesn't make anything. It doesn't make any difference. The issue is say is he on the ground? Yes, he's the constituency secretary. Yeah. On the ground. What internal election we winning secretary no pool. And once I call another election, we'll win. So,
and no for now, you're real prime.
Yes.
It will win, and you all rally around him and push him.
Now, when you say, as at now, candidate, Oma yin, Oma picking in, Oma yin, or ground solo, or Kwama MPP, no. When you say, as at now, Brian Champo squad, Kennedy squad, anybody Baumia squad, Aircon. Because I almost say about nipa no wafano and oman ye nomination ama mienu nipa so an contest
ba me nipa na
pacho grounds no call grounds no moto say ba me nipa no mayi no na Kennedy ni branch champion nipa ndi nti oho na gasa MPP for branch champion for no beto amaye
no MPP for can say the party them tell me
nti branch champion for beto amaye ena Kennedy for beto amaye because omani nje wa ground
and omo nkotokura
enwa
yeah
but ye dey person omo nkotokura omo beto man because omo to man omo join here and because say everywhere you go, let me tell you something, there are everywhere right now everybody want to hold the NDC.
NDC akono
and yeah, very attractive, the most attractive say your Ghana stock exchange market here. People will buy the stocks of NDC right now.
Oh, do I know I
think it is the most lucrative and attractive brand in
Ghana. Yeah, not PNC.
Oh, it was a PNC for no crying on. Yeah, per se, mom waiver.
Yeah.
We are open for them. They will come because definitely no. In Ghana here, we have 2 people. One who fights against Ghana and one who fights for Ghana. Now, NPP from day one till now, they have consistently been the people against Ghana.
Okay.
And you won't go far. I'm fighting for Ghana. Now, I'm fighting for Ghana. PNC for Kahu. And I'm money. I'm fighting for Ghana. What I say?
PMP 1970.
See, a bomb price one day. Ebenya obi a obegina waka say nedia we are coming back home. Hana ya finalize o muna ya train. Ye nim say kan ken. Ya ever ko chairman hona. Chama, I you hold my mind.
Ankamunya na PNC abeken this. When you say Nkrumah
exactly. Yeah, one pie.
Yeah, Penisa. We believe in each other ideologies.
The whole chairman here all love him.
No, we believe in each other ideologies. Now 2024 no, because of our failure no. PNC they holding the be a quarter in this 40. Well, omo wini we no. Aka de aka. Nana, I want to assure our listeners who say Yeba Accra FM is the hottest program in the daytime.
That's right.
Program.
That's right.
And it has a wave there. If you don't take time, it will come and knock you off your seat. Because of how many people, including government and opposition,
that's right.
Person will assure our members, importers, exporters, free forest that we, the leadership, will take the ICOM's issues to the ICOM authority.
And
I can tell you that we are very much aware that they are pushing to work, they are working assiduously to open that commercial database that will come to show up. And it is true that when ICOMs came, we have seen the reduction of times in our work. But we cannot run away from the down times, and that cannot be an excuse. But as to what they are able to handle, as to whether importers and agents are using the system and they really they saw the effect of it and how fast it's reducing our time, I can tell you it's a top notch. But the downtimes is what we are taking it up, and we'll make sure that the management of ICOM's Ghana Link will have to work 24 hours to make sure that the system is robust, so that this downtime that complaints are coming here and there will be thing of the past. So I can assure you,
but they
and you know that we
will
do that. We'll write to them officially that this is the claim that we are getting from. If you are free forwarder,
sure.
We are Juma Wahabo. And so issues that you are discussing here, the agents,
observer at the
harbor, and so we cannot run away from that. So I can tell you that we'll make sure that Nick will hear, his management will hear, and they have to do, and we'll bring the feedback. In fact, maybe we'll bring the feedback to Accra FM so that I know, of course, and they have the challenges. So that is
chairman is trying to convince us.
No, it's not convincing, but
we
have been working.
No, but this is me. I'm a professional journalist. I'll be doing my work.
I don't hold brief for you.
Yes.
You can do the work, and we'll come back if the system is working. I will come back to tell the system is working. But let's go to Akwatia. As you said, Akwatia is a hot cake for these two political parties.
I'm uncontested.
No, PNC we didn't. But my beef for this Akwatia election is Enura, my name says also we follow up or not. Enura APP.
Yeah.
It's a new political party.
Yeah.
It's an old political party.
No, not APC.
Yeah,
APP, Action People's Party.
I know the final. It's a old political party.
So,
before 2024, they were there.
So I don't know.
They didn't.
Yes, but they didn't contest. They didn't contest.
Yeah, but Mika
so
said what
he
did
brought a candidate, and Andrew when you are supposed to file the procedure that you have to go through, the taxes issue. In fact, both the law 1992 Constitution and the CI 2020 or so or 2024 did not state anywhere that you must bring the tax clearance. They will ask you, are you preparing? Or are you a taxpayer?
Sure.
Or making process to pay? That's all. And if they tell you they even went ahead, GRA gave them some document to go and show that yes, they have actually done the process, so they can accept the first certificate. And by the time the election is not just yesterday, the election is on the 2nd, isn't it?
That's right.
So, but before then and on the 2nd, they should have collected what you call it, the tax clearance certificate, and come to file. The Nana gentleman,
I am a tree.
On my as I say, Mammy be what Akwatia Hono. And obviously, the candidate say, or Baba yet or Baba ha MPP. As a man, no. Does the election belong to only MPP NDC in this country? In fact, PNC, we were also going to contest the election. Send or Timmy, you could draw no Timmy catch APP, no. Say I'm Friday and there. I change over the way PNC.
Sure.
I change the way LPG. I change the way GFP.
When I can't answer,
yes, mammy, return officer be or Akwatia Hono. Sa no catch parliamentary candidate na APP.
Is a return officer no cry MPP.
Say ono cry about here that. Enter that papa friend say. And MPP women organizer. Ya appoint no kwakwa ye juma wa electoral commission. In fact, the man made it to understand say even Tetenyo after receiving their document confirmed to him say they are okay to go. Just within 20 minutes to 30 minutes, Kisi called him, deputy director of election, and said no. So they are frustrated and they have gone to court. And now I will want to, the day I'm going to look for the gentleman number and call him. I think in Monday or so. I think is it
the court?
The date. They fix the date.
Oh, okay.
They fix the date. I don't know if you have the guy.
Number.
Okay, we are from number. The person in front of Menkasa as national chair for PNC. We will go and support him in court.
I'll give you.
I will go there and support him in court.
Okay.
Because if you don't do this, fight this canker at EC, why would you think that Ghana is reserved for MPP or Ghana is reserved for NDC?
Ghana is not a geopoly.
Say, what to catch up here will be communication say. Oh, Baba, MPP. Until the vote, no, Baba, you know. When the country MPP for the
return officer there. Oh, yeah, then can be behind.
When the country say MPP for no Ghana for the two Abama and MPP for the two Abama.
Accra100.5FM.
Maybe that parliamentary candidate would have been the best parliamentary candidate among all the candidates. Maybe he would have Maybe
could be to make this
A plus the MP your friend say go more heaven. You know that only parliament.
Well, parliament.
Was it the only independent candidate? There are other independent candidates. There are four.
Asante Achim no.
There are 4 or 3. Are there 4?
I think 4.
4
independent candidates.
Yes. So for each electoral commission officer to look into a minority political party, and that is why sometimes we want to go to election and say NDC will take, MPP will take, and Meanwhile, Ghana constitution does not give duopoly. It's not only 2 political party state. I hear multi political parties.
Yeah.
Multi political party, the practice that we are practicing in this country. And so for anybody say over 5 years no chuchu form, say minority party or the left finger point there. Yeah, the right finger should be pointing on the question. Ghana hano, Mirane dear Jumana, and yeah, Mirana and Danny Pabakusa. Yeah, in our collectively. 1992, when they were drawing the 1992 constitution. No, I'm not or whatever. But I say, Muko draw the 1992 constitution. No money, Jane say. Young Jai Party number, Young Jai Ghana number. Only 2 Democratic Political Party, MPP and NDC. Now, PNC, CPP, GFP, LPG, APC, and others. We don't need. Even as we speak now, there are still people who are at EC trying to register political party.
Yeah.
Many about Genenabla.
He's
still pushing to register it. He's still pushing to get his final certificate. So what is her business for asking a political candidate, a minority political party? It's an insult to all of us. An insult to all the political parties. So obvious I can Jemesa Kobakade. Bakune Fraser, deputies no. Tete Kobakade. Dr. Bosman Asare. Kobakade. Can you imagine a district officer?
It's an unfortunate statement.
A district officer to ask a minority political party. In fact, you should even be encouraging minority political party to come also far to make it democratic.
It's party
to make it more authentic. Anthony Ajada, Bian, MPP, NDC. Ghana even need we the minority political party to come together. It's a time for us to come together, consolidate our numbers, and take over the leadership of this country.
Do you have numbers?
We will have the numbers if we come together.
Okay.
Gumbo, LPG, PNC.
So when you come together, you get the numbers.
GFP, every movement for a
change.
Cheddar. And then his movement, they are now trying to make it a political party.
Yeah.
We should all come together, rally behind. Because in governance, there are so many positions.
The only problem is who lead. That's your problem.
We can come together. We should be able to come together. For this lady to sit down at Akwetia and point that finger, and as we speak, based on, and I can tell you that she's part of the people, the reason why they feel they do not accept APC, APP, parliamentary candidate, no. And they've gone to print. But let me tell you, if you go to court and court rule in favor of the APP, these people have no choice than to go back and reprint. And the forensic cost, they should surcharge their account. They should surcharge them to pay. Taxpayer money, we cannot use taxpayer money to waste. And I know for sure that the guy will win the case. Because when you look at the narration, all what lead to for them to get come out because
you cannot preempt the court. So
what's it?
So you cannot preempt the court.
But if you are going to court, you are taking to win or you are taking to go and lose.
Okay.
Who goes to court and say predator is going to lose?
Nothing.
And with the fact that they presented, if you have people who are for Ghana, who will not be like that woman, who know that Ghana we are practicing multi-political parties, and not that we are using two state parties. Those judges will judge according to the law, not according to strength, not according to numbers, not according to party colors.
So that point is well made. Make a fair assessment of the two leading contenders now.
I'm no more interested in the two leading contenders. I am no more interested because if they think that the minority political party has nothing to offer,
Chairman, they are not the woman who made that statement.
They have not even come out to fight for it. They're supposed to be so that they are practicing democratic in this country. I was expecting MPP, NDC to when they heard the man speaking, the leader of the party came out to say no. What they say? I was expecting this NDC MPP, the leadership to come out and say no, madam. Ghana here, per the 1992 constitution, we cannot speak like that to minority political party. The same political party come to ask for support when there's general election. And I'm what? The same people, the same
intervention.
Every say I'm PNC for so even Nasia 2024 election when they could don't come pass away. What happened? MPP were holding some group from MPP, what call it? GMP. So we will not far. So now they will go and do what?
Let him make that intervention. What intervention are you making?
I want Chairman to be fair to us. NDC, we sympathize with that particular gentleman. I can give Chairman a lot of video. I can't watch them say. Yes, and then started car easy as him. You can't easy as him say easy is not fair. But lucky, you call your advice me, and the Azuma announced your advice and the 2024 election.
But the referee
no call a ring room. And may he so rest in peace. All of us, we activated our body cameras.
Accra100.5FM.
May he so rest in peace. We activated our body cameras. And no nama you need that whole finching, ya doing that whole finching, ya wondering at that whole finching, near the call ring no with their referee and all the everything, you win the election massively. In Chichama, maybe sending the videos no.
Yes,
we have been able to talk about it.
So join in court. So join in court.
Oh, join in court. Join grounds.
That's infringement. Trying to throw the constitution away. It's all.
We are
Chairman, he has given you the explanation.
Only free mukakra. You search him only free.
And this is for
say Baba there. Baba MPP. Can you imagine that? Obi taxpayer Janica. Obi is supposed to be neutral. He's been biased. He should not even be part of the officers that will conduct this election. And I pray that APP, when they go to court, they should win. And we will get people who love Ghana to rule, to judge, using the constitution, not by what they wish.
Your adverts, but until way 2 minutes now.
2 minutes now. I want to use this opportunity to comment Ashama Municipal Chief Executive.
Okay.
In fact, first, when President Mahama appointed the district chief executive, now I was admiring the Accra mayor. Who's Accra mayor? Or the discipline backroom or Yejuma. Meaning, but Muhuno program be a man no chepa. But Ashama so by no. Me who say Ashama municipal chief no so opportunity. Because Obiano only Ashama. Around December, January, February, until the chief executive came. No, when you are driving by the traffic light, no one say, you are in Ashama. Quite no traffic light, no, fair. Woko, Omo Amonim no fat means no, quite no Roman down, like you are going towards the Roman down to the Anabridge, no. Quite so, nay, yes, last week, me drive through, but who say, or started working in that place. Ufa traffic light they say uko as a sec asma no kra no kwano no just no teacher no ya fakọ officer town o ye kwano bibia fefefe. In fact officer town ma so the gravel to show he is doing well and market trying to make decongestion ma who say nua temame so also is also doing good job mami no Ebi Bright is also doing fantastic. But Ko Katamanso Municipal Chief Executive, minim there honestly yet. Say what nim krampo copy what your police are doing. Sorry, 1990. Go to the roadside with your engineers.
Because
who can say me baha? The baha me can some say. Asha the 166 constituency roads now. Minister of Finance Bapalo Baba Buboyeno. Na asama nka okay pa. I said that in the year. And you people were saying no and I say well, Daddy, I don't know you were the one hosting or Bobie. One of you were hosting. I said I did not see the names. But I see work going on. I see a very hard working gentleman. That's the municipal chief executive. Ashaba, since the appointment I've not been to the municipal assembly.
Your 2 minutes.
My young call back me born about where I found myself.
Very well. Your time has expired. Saka, 2 minutes.
2 minutes, and say, Chairman Ekasano, Wabo Abana Bosu, because Abano in a man representative of or nominate you into Yebebo Abana Basu, and as in Paswaba. It's also John Dramani Mahama, Echo Japan. You see, or Singapore. Yamada woman to Toyota for say they will make Ghana the hub of West Africa. As in Panama. Inti I started Swaba. It's also John Dramani Mahama. According to our call Japan, or Singapore, no, I started on my Ghana, but Abana started so in Paboni Bebo Amano. Now, name conference why you are strong. I will say it without apology. It's also John Dramani Mahama, Amomujuma, Omuma in Babunu Ejuma. Work is there, create it for the youth. Unemployment, no, a door so they should open. Ura Basitali. Look at why you or create youth no. MC is strong abine nominating and yes, I'm going to Jack 20 abine nominating say create juma. Please create job for the youth, create job for the party members, create job for more delegates now. Position, create job for them. This is the time. It's essentially John Dramani Mahama. This is the time I my appointments. No, it's essentially John Dramani Mahama and my appointments. Making sure I also be recruit youth. No, I'm more Juma because you have to create it for them.
Thank you.
Create it for the youth.
Mr. President,
create it for the delegates as well.
And I'm sure the MCs, the DCs are also at it. The president is
my own report is here.
Chairman report.
Obia send message to our platform say.
Okay.
Your friend Esther Amikuzi, me also be a custom officer.
Also then.
Or say UCL restoration is currently being processed for cargo between 21 days and 60 days at the Tema collection.
Okay.
Anything above the indicated days above will have to be directed to the auction unit.
Okay.
That's at headquarters.
Okay.
Fair redress. Thank you. You're done,
Master.
Issue statement now. Almost say free 21 days no. It has been processed and restoration for 60 days. Result. And then we also want to put that bank of this Mr. William Mekano that your platform your port one your friend JCCC.
Okay.
Official one. For Customs Commissioner is there, Commissioner General is there, Director General of Ghana Port Authority is there, Civil Authority Boss is there, I am there, Gupta is there, Gift President is there, all of us we are there. We the leadership we are on this.
Thank you, sir.
So I'll just see a good response.
Yeah, so
let's hope that the important thing wow team will be your fears that
Chairman, I can moment to a time now on back. Thank you. So yes, so Chairman, we thank you for that letter and Accra FM Debiameka say I had them penny for it. What they are saying be about Hanma simple. There can be a bako. What they are saying. And here them penny for say, Chairman, now the entrance, who quite jammy? I wish I'll call now. I don't want to be matter time. Yeah, first the PSC MTN. You see, Thursdays are now extra special on MTN. Your Thursdays just got more exciting because from now on, you get a nice 25% bonus on your first data bundle purchase of the day when you bundle on MTN app you use star 138 hash this and every Thursday on MTN. MTN is saying that not enough for a lovely customer like you, so they're offering a free extra movie ticket when you pay with Momo, the Silverbird Cinemas at the Accra and West Hills Mall. For those of you wonderful people in Great Garden City, Kumasi, you get your free ticket at the Golden Cinemas in the Kumasi Mall. If you ask me, I think movie dates are sorted from now on. Now, this is what I call a sweet deal. So, set your reminders, bundle on MTN or star 138 hash and make the best of a 25% data bundle discount and visit the cinemas. Me pacho Yusumumu na nyawo extra movie ticket no na MTN de simple kra emphasis like I say ema imbus heba mixture yemfa asreka say ema imbus heba mixture yadesa efie na ne ameka ne se we eboa pa amanipa kwa no ejina aprane fre na g or number 0246208496 Manswa Heba Clinic a hospital ene obia de ne akire because call no a oyade wonfa emafie 0272019916 up to date estates and construction a promotion as I say 30,000 about 25,000 yes am 6 months na would appear will be 6,000 pay in some cases 3,000 near my 6 months need appear near can from start to finish on bebo asase no any dancing nyina se open ko adia ginamba yi no kopel de 0531228238 Go TV ene na makwa me kwachi ai guy okobra dem chese Go TV bohukoi guess the bano mani age they say can say India for ni other soap opera ekoso sanso ana optimi Africa Magic in account blockbuster movies and number every cartoons no so kwala so betimi enya bi ahwenti ye kan for Go TV amount dial star 759 hash the ko enim bills microcredit ho na isi obi akọ opebisia a simple kra bills de onkoto susu no de adwane da bi and one Ghana card ukọ ya kire ni this kind koye opekra ka so tie citizen show ye mema obi nti je number ye na kokojo obesia 0596920833. Are you a parent and now a GSS graduate ebia wo twen na we print BC results obe dial star 920 star 456 hash na wato results checker also short code near star 920 hash star I beg your pardon star 920 star 456 hash and on the betimi aboa wase results betimi dia check school placement and in your account become a wholesaler for the placement card and results checker card as well obe dial star 920 star 456 hash no select option 7 na we register akwenim odi aginamba na gi enchiremu eyiye and now you can visit GD at any of the following locations: Accra behind the General Post Office, Kaswa Old Police Station, Cape Coast, Abra Central Mosque. Number near 059-2522-437 059-2522-437. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and enemies, I had remember me a quite needed Jubedinesi and Esquama Kwachi, a producer party. Thank you. Emmanuel and I NT your fly on Facebook. Me didn't na utuda when you much na essential same time. Stay on.
For bills are canning who be more bills set 2025 year and it does so homo bia what you walk only ejumaye ain't if I when it's bills na beji loan na ubet media wow ejuma way loan don't come